Hello, everybody. Oh, I left my void door open. Hello, everybody. Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, depending on what time it is for you where you are. Happy, what are we on now? Friday? It's November 1st, and it's a new moon. Those are things that are going on today. Hi, Hazel. Hello. Oh, you like the intro? Thank you. Because it's November 1st, Kitty Cat, do you think you want to sit in my lap? You don't have to. She's been hanging out like 8 inches from my feet, and I just don't want to roll over her anything. I think she's going to come up here. Hi, sweetie. Come on up. After I took the Murloc onesie off yesterday, I had kind of like, I took it off to go take a nap, so it was kind of like in a puddle next to my bed. And when I woke up, Kitty Cat had like nested into the puddle of Murloc onesie, and she discovered it, and she was like, ah, yes, this is a bed for cats. I like this bed, and I will use it. She slept there like a lot, like basically all day. Happy Halloween. Happy Halloween. I hope you guys had a good Halloween. I ended up strapping Moose's costume onto him from last year, and it actually did fit, sort of. The straps just barely reached around, but I did manage to get them fastened for at least, I don't know, 2 blocks worth of walking. And I took like a couple of pictures, so he was very cute. Trading post, yeah! I was just looking at the log. I figure, there's a lot of things that it says they're checked off, but clearly they're not. Candy buckets in various places. Lots of different things we can do. I don't know to what extent I want to plan it. And to what extent I want to just kind of go for it and see how much tender we can get. There must be. Let's just read for a second and have a little bit of coffee. What is it that they want? They want me to do... Well, I want things that I can do in one day, because you know me, I like to do it. Complete quest in a party under level 20. Who does that? Under level 20. Do the Blackrock Depths raid. And then there's another one for doing 5. Codex of Chromie. For 50 anniversary world bosses. These aren't worth a wild amount, and we're gonna need a lot. We're gonna need 2,000 points. So I guess we can do all kinds of different bits and pieces. So I guess I did her quest. Her quest must have been a weekly. Now I suppose I had recently got here. Let's see if we can find Leroy / Leroy. I wonder where he is. That's Chromie. If we can find him, we can get 10 whole points. / Leroy. Well, there we go. Is he selling chicken? He is selling chicken. Of course he's selling chicken. / cheer. There we go. 10 points. We're off to a great start. Yeah, there it is. Spicy fried chicken. No nonsense fried chicken. I want the Sylvanas set on my 100, but it's expensive and I want to save. 2,000 points for 1,500 tendies. No amounts we can save or spend them. I don't know what I'm going to get yet, or if I'm going to get anything. I am saving that to be a later me decision. For the moment, I'm hoping that some of the stuff that I already wanted to do might give me some good credit. There's... Oh, yeah. There's things like participating in a story. Using the photo booth portals. These are very small amounts. Gain 10 levels as a non-evoker Drakthir. That's funny. They're bribing me now. Candy buckets. Nerubian device. Weeklies and stuff. Kazlogar World Boss. 5 rumors. Etc. Crafting orders. That seems reasonable. Let's go to the 3 different portal spots. It seems like something that I could do very quickly. At least he has chicken. Can't wait for the February trading post after the Wowhead article. Is it like a recent one? I don't know if I've seen it. Hi, Moosey. Are you gonna hang out with me today, honey bun? He's been very sweet. He's been hanging out with me and trying to cheer me up. I think I bummed him out a little bit, to be honest with you. He was a little glum yesterday. That was one. Well, Mr. Moose, there's a bag for you in here if you'd like it. Kitty's on my lap, so it's all yours, bud. That is all for you, Mr. Puppy. Hi, bud. You look so cute for Halloween. You look so cute. And I brought your stinky fishy treats out on our walk so I could give you some treats. And you were staring at all of the trick-or-treaters. Everybody in costume being like, what are you? Why do you look funny? And I've discovered that his most intriguing form of Halloween decoration is when people have speakers that do like the rumbling thunder sounds or like the ghost wailing or any like hidden speaker in a yard will make him stop and head tilt at it and he just wants to understand. And those really send him for a loop. Someone in my area was handing out Pokemon cards. It was nice to see, it wasn't like a crazy amount of trick-or-treaters in the neighborhoods because I think some people go to like businesses. There's businesses that like put on things for it. But it was nice to see my neighbors kind of out there neighboring and whatnot. I'm going... There's a Fashion Frenzy. When is it? Does Fashion Frenzy start in like a minute? Less than 15 minutes. No, not really. I haven't done too many of those. And I thought about it for a second, but then I changed my mind. Comic book guy was handing out Deadpool comics. Oh. Coffee. I came here to go to... I don't know why I'm not just using my Hearthstone. They're fairly short cooldowns. They're not difficult. You know, they come back. Why am I porting the old-fashioned way? It doesn't really matter, I suppose. Someone was handing out ranch. Oh, local subreddit. Someone had a post because somebody was handing out ranch packets. That's funny. Little ketchup containers. They just walked by a Denny's and swiped something off the table. Okay. Let's see here. I usually don't go actually looking at the trading post wares on the post until after I filled the bar. But I'm gonna have a little preview. I'm gonna take a little look. I still don't know what I'm gonna do, but let's see here. What are you guys gonna sell? I know you've got this. And good grief, my gnome looks ridiculous in it. My gnome looks so ridiculous in it. Don't get me wrong, it's a super cool and iconic armor set. It's just, you know, it's Sylvanas' outfit. She did it first. I don't want to copy her, you know. I want to wear my own super cool outfits. That's cool, actually. Dire Maul Arena Gladiator armor. That set's also 850. I like the asymmetrical shoulder set. Need that on a panda. Thoughts on Plunderstorm coming back? It should be fun. I liked it last time. I'm a little disappointed that... Hi, buddy. I'm a little disappointed that it's the same setting and theme and everything like that. I kind of wanted them to do the same game. At the very least in a new place. But I understand if they've already got that map sorted out. Then that's what they're talking about doing. Helmets. And shoulder capes in varying colors. I'm sure those are kind of intended to match a bit with the back pieces that they have for the fill the bar thing. I still have this fish mount saved. I have the red version from the fishing tournament. I still haven't decided yet if I'm gonna buy this one or not. Hi all, good evening. Hello, Arteria. Looking good only on elves. I think Voldoon would have worked for Plunderstorm. Yeah. Fury the Fire Lord. The Guardian Staff. I do like the Guardian Staff. It's just 650 tender. And apparently, I'm cheap. You want to lay down, honey bun? Maybe in the bed where people can see you? Ooh. Fancy. Yes, and it's like, oh yeah, the weapon arsenals and stuff. High Scholar Grand Staff. I think something would have to be really, really like this. This is tempting. This is 500. It's for the monk arsenal. So you get 3 staves. You get that brewmaster staff. I mean, you can use them for anything, but you get this staff, you get this staff, and then you get the fan. Oh, we might get a moo. We might get a moo. It's a good spot to lay down in, honey bun. Stiffen the lamp. So, maybe. But, you know, if I don't get it, am I going to be like, oh no, I don't have any staffs to monk? Oh, hey, it's my, it's the other colored version of, Bokoa's shield, but, like, in back piece form. That's cool. When you open the panel for the Traveler's Log, you cannot see how many attendees you have because the decoration blocks it. Oh. And then they have the regalias. They have them for basically every class now, all available at the same time. It is neat that they decided to relax the restriction on it. Oh yeah, they've got the shield version. So if you liked Bakoa's shield, you can get not the exact same color, but you can get a look-alike on the Trader's Post this month for 400. If you're watching my Prot Warrior and you thought, oh, I need one. Which you do. He's very cool. And then these I actually have already. I got this at one point in my life. I decided that I was going to get the Priest Arsenal because I was a Priest main. I don't want to say they don't look cool. This is basically like you took Netherlight Temple and you shrunk it down to the City Planner model version and then you thunked it on a stick. You know, they're nice enough. I've never mocked them though. I've had them for years and I've never mocked them. So other things that I can kind of work on in the meantime. Crafting orders is probably one of them. Just for trading post credit. I wonder if I'm not going to get the whole trading post done today because there's so much bar to fill. And because I'm not doing a very good job so far. Maybe that'll be a multiple days project kind of thing. Got the Pink Monk staff for the upcoming Lunar Transmog. Ooh. Did it ever show you how much tender you had on this screen? I always thought I had to look at my currency screen for that. Alright, so if we do 10 crafting orders, they don't have to be patron crafting orders. They can be, but they don't have to be. If we don't want to do this, we don't have to. I'm on the fence about whether or not it's still worthwhile for me to be jamming Acuity now that I've kind of got the main things I wanted for it. I guess I could make a Weaver line, but for what, you know? I think I'm done fishing. I don't need any special fishing skill to get sharks out of shark pools and stuff. BFA meta achievement mount. No, I don't think so. Is it new? Do I have it? I did achievements and stuff. Stormdust.
Needs to be at least 2 centuries old.
Thanks, Cowboy Upson. She's here in my lamp. We're spending a lot of time together.
If you find anything exotic, bring it to me.
I feel like I'll have to get her home after. It is a pretty big decision with like some comments about it. That is a big decision. I don't quite know what to tell you. It sounds like a really wonderful thing you're trying to do. It also sounds hard. I've never adopted a cat that had lived outdoors before and tried to keep it indoors, and I imagine that might be a tough transition for the kitty. But like as you well know, it's dangerous for them out there. Meta achievement for delves, it rewards a mount because I only found out today. I think I knew ley line residue. I knew there was a meta achievement because I remember looking at it and vaguely feeling like I should do some delves because the things that it wanted weren't hard. I don't remember if I knew that there was a mount. I don't know if this is what I wanted, but these are cheap, so I just buy lots of them because I shattered them anyway.
If you find anything exotic,
It's new. There's an article on Wowhead about it. Shall we look it up? Let's see. Kitty stuff's hard. I talked with the vet more on the phone, or I talked with a different vet, and it's just hard. Trading post rewards data mine for early 2025. Should we just like catch up on Wowhead for a minute? let's just do that. Hold on. Let's just read a couple of articles. So this is the 1107 PTR. They've data mined some trading post rewards off of it. This is very cute. This is very pretty. I like that a lot. Distinctly mechanical theme, as well as items related to Lunar Festival and Love is in the Air. Also simple transmog pieces and new short war skirt kilts. Katie Rotten, thanks very much. Being on the 25 stream streak. Did I get my Windrunner set? I don't know if I'm going to. It feels like outfit copying. It feels like, I don't know. It just feels like a costume. I mean, I guess it is kind of a costume. So these were data mined things for... Ooh. Haven't I seen that before? Anyway, it's cool. I like the dynamite, actually. That's the kind of thing I usually like to get off the trading post, is something that's like pretty unique, pretty specific, a little out of left field. I'm gonna turn the pet thing off because he is right behind me and he's not on camera. I like that kind of thing. And usually they're not that much tender. Ooh, that's kind of cool. They've done like a Love Witch version of the broom. And then there, yep, there's another one. Those are nice. Yeah, this makes me feel a bit better about like saving tender. they've got 600 each for the 2 sweeper brooms, 750 for this sunburst peafowl thing. These are data mined, by the way, so these aren't confirmed. And then there's a turtle and Warforged Nightmare, which is something I actually already have. They have battle pets. Yep, very good. Yep. Oh my god. What? He's got a backpack. This is upsetting. Cute. 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 Cute! Look at his face! Look at his expression! This is no, nightmare fuel. Nope, 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 nope. Alright, that's better. Yeah, the doggies, the mechanical doggies are cute. I don't like that weird bear thing, and I would like for it to leave me alone. This is good. I like that a lot. That would be great for a goblin. Yeah, lots of good stuff in the pipeline. These may be multiple months worth of trading post items as well. They may not dump it all in like one individual month. Ooh, short skirts. I like the boots. Well, are they boots? Is it medical tape? Who's to say? Gotcha. All right. So that's good. That kind of reinforces my decision to, if I don't really want something from this month's trading post, to hold on to them. Why do the weapons look like they're barfing jade stuff? Plunder Store data mining, new and returning pets, mounts, toys, transmog. Plunder Storm returning in 1107. You'll be able to accumulate plunder and spend it on the Plunder Store. Plunder Store. We've data mined the first values, which lists all items available at their respective costs. I'm not going to worry too much about like the costs of it because like, because you know this kind of thing gets touched up a lot. So both returning and new items. So I got all of the old things, so I wouldn't need to worry about those. In order to purchase all the new items, you would need 39,000 with current value, subject to change. Which is less than half of what it took to reach Renown 40 in the first run of Plunderstorm. New pieces of transmog. Plunderstorm Storm-Ridden set. That looks nice. It's a lot. Here's 2 new mounts. This is the Hook Talon. It's got a hat. Very good. And then there's that might just be the hat that it has. Oh no, those might be Mogs actually. I can't expand the Crocolisk for some reason. But it's another Crocolisk. Yep. Yep. You think helms that show hair will be a major expansion feature? They get on a stage at like the Blizzard Direct and that's like the big thing they have to share. 4 new hats, 2 of which share models with rogue tier sets. It's neat. And then you got some like good weapons. I like the ore actually. That's very good. That's up my alley. And then 2 new pets. So yeah, that's good. I'm happy about that. I will I'll do that. Hi, honey. He's just standing. You can't see him. He's off camera, but he's just standing right here, right in back Scritch's range. Morning, Jack. Good morning. Is there anyone who doesn't want? I think maybe me. I don't know if I want it. It looks lovely. It's just I don't think I'd wear it. Especially because I feel like if everybody's wearing it, I'm not going to want to wear it. I'm too much of a contrarian. Plunderstorm practice mode added. Oh. Where is this no flying on Siren Isle? We've made a terrible discovery. It's terrible. How awful. New adorable battle pets. We've all just decided that these are a good idea. Like... He looks like he's gonna reach into that backpack like this and whip out some horrific weapons. Like, this is haunted fairground stuff. Oh, good lord. You know, he's kind of cute. All right, I'm on an island with this one. I can't handle him. This is horrifying. That's cute. He carries snacks for friends. I like the pink and green one. Why does he have a backpack? Why does he look like he's gonna talk to me about my finances? There's the Clockwork Beagle's very, very well done. I like that a lot. Okay. I'm sorry, was there one called Tiger King? Did I? No, it's Tidal Crawling. Okay, I thought I... It's like, that's a weird era for that joke. I'm still looking for this BFA thing. I'll find it, I'm sure. Because it's gathering things. He needs to put his torture instrument somewhere, right? Bear with a backpack isn't adorable. It's his expression, and also, like... It's the humanoid stance. And, like, the fever dream colors. Yeah, no. Absolutely not. Don't get me wrong. If they're free, I'll get them, but... I don't know. New battle for Azeroth. It's so funny to me they're doing these backwards. Meta expansion achievement. Earn Johnny's trash pile. That's important. Farewell to Arms. Oh, with 1107, so it's not in right now. This is not something I can just go do right now. Although maybe I could work on some of the components. Put an end to the battle for Azeroth by completing the following achievements. And of course you get a Johnny mount. I loved him. He was hilarious. Alright, list of achievements. Beat the raid bosses on normal or higher. Do all the dungeons on heroic or higher. Oh yeah, and then there's more mounts as well. There's another bee, Honeyback Hive Mother for I'm on island time. And then you have all kinds of achievements. Interesting. I wonder if I'm gonna wait to work on this until after it like comes into the game, because I don't want to bother trying to figure out which ones I still need. He hasn't been the same since the accident. Two sides to every tale. So I've done some of the hard things already, which is good news. I've done Mechadon and I've done Undersea Usurper, and those are both awful in terms of just taking a long time. They were fun to do, but like I'm done those, and thank goodness. And then some of these are new. Alright. To all the squirrels I set sail to sea. So maybe at some point I will work on those. But 1107 is not going to be... You know, time moves very quickly. I feel like I could just blink, go to bed, eat a granola bar, and when I wake up, there's going to be like, the patch will be out and I can just kind of have it tracked in game and not have to worry about it. Cool. Cool. I was up to something. Been putting off Undersea Usurper. Now's the time. And that at least is a component that you can track in game and work on now without needing to, don't mind if I do. Without needing to wait for them to add the tracking in for it. Viridescent Spores. I bought the wrong thing. I need Viridescent Spores. Wow, I was moving a little too quickly for me these days. I have let go of the rope so I don't get dragged behind the horse, so to speak. And I'm just trusting that eventually I'm going to get back on a different horse that's part of the same stampede. I've stopped trying to keep up, more or less. Working on getting my main alts to 80. Nice, congratulations. There's my spores. Yeah, I was wanting to make some gold, but it's hard when I make poor decisions about my gold. I wonder if I could do, I also want to make sure I don't get too... We should do some tricky treating, because I don't want to run out of time on that. And I know there is still time, but, like, I'll just feel better if I get it done. I need another 150 treats to buy the helmet set. So we should do that. Because there's trading post objectives for it, I'm pretty sure. That metaphor was moving too fast for me. With your content on YouTube. Thank you. Going to... So many objectives. Holidays and events. Hell's End daily quests. Headless Horseman with all 4 Wicker Curses. That's something pretty straightforward to do. I have 8 tricky treats here. So let's go in like this. And then I'll turn my curses on as well, and that'll get me the thing. Also, if we do them 5 times, presumably allowed across different characters, then we can get another 100 points that way. Let's get into a holy spec. Micro banks. Oh, thank you. I don't think anyone's ever called them that before. Am I the only one who's gonna have a hard time doing Hallow's End content now that Halloween is over? I wish it was like a week earlier. It was weird timing this year for sure. It was just a bit strange. I know, it's November now. It doesn't feel like it should be spooky season any longer. Alas. Spooky stuff to do. How am I doing on the crafting order? There's the headless horseman, because that's one that I started. I did 3 of 10, so if I do give myself 7 more, that's nice because that one's 200 points. Just nice and straightforward. Will they ever update Pilgrim's Bounty? Maybe. I could imagine a world where that one gets left in the dust for a while though, because it's a smaller kind of a thing. And I can think of some reasons. No curses. I forgot. I'm gonna forget a lot of things. Can I farm this Mog on alts on the same day? Yes, yes you can, which is a bit strange, but you totally can. That's what I did. Oh, rip that guy. That's what I did, is I just on the first day that it was available, I just did the horseman on a handful of characters and got every piece of it that way. I don't know if I can help these people. Maybe it's good that I didn't turn on any curses. I don't know if we would have made it. Oh, we got a Balorez out. We're gaming. I'm in my raid spec, so I'm not exactly helping. Oh, that does hurt quite a bit. I kind of thought I could stand in that. Alright, I got pumpkin breath. I'm 591. Why am I 591? Am I scaled? That's... Am I not wearing all my bits and bobs? They must have scaled me. They must have. It's just not bode well, right? Merry Friday. Yeah. Happy Friday. Happy November. Happy, pay your November rent day to, fellow rent payers that don't have autopay for it. I guess some people are, like, responsible and they do it, like, in advance or something, but I just sorted out on the first. Kidoki. Don't think it's supposed to scale. Healing feels like it's gotten weaker. Felt a bit useless in my holy pally, so I get it. After Halloween is over, you can just tell the horseman's heart really isn't in it anymore. Why 591? Captain Signet of Command! I had my Morales teleport ring on. Oh my gosh, it was saved into my mastery build. No, there we go. Let's fix that. 626, much better. I don't know if that doesn't explain everything. It's just one ring, but still doesn't help. Well, I wasn't. Oh, I got an Arthas. I'm sorry you had to see that. I had one already. I don't know. Why can they drop again? What's the point of that? You can't trade them. You can't sell them. You have to get it to drop for you. Well. Okay. 15 of 150. Let's do, always notes. Curses. Candy buckets in Kazalgar kind of thing. Candy buckets. Candy buckets in different places. Candy buckets in war mode. Ooh. Fine. Fine. Got like 4 last year. Made me so sad. Time to stop watching the stream. I know a couple of you have been farming for those and like unsuccessfully so, and it's just them's just the breaks sometimes, I suppose. Let's go this way. Lunch is being prioritized. Lunch is always a priority. Got them out yesterday after like 12 years of trying. Congratulations. Streamer luck. Blizz must get a kick out of making people type delete. I mean, I could vendor him for 30 gold. That feels a bit heartless, but we could do it. Goodness. Okay. I'm popping in here. I want to just multitask as many of my objectives as possible here. Oh, I forgot to use my macro. I have a little macro for trick-or-treating. Put it on one of my buttons here. Also, perhaps I should get into a DPS spec. Better than deleting him. Finally started doing the curses. Realized if I do more than one, the group wipes if they're all doing them too. Got the Horseman's Reigns today. Congratulations! The day after Halloween. Okay. I've been tricked. I'm a worm. Kind of a cute worm. Worm with a little vestigial arm situation. Read the new anniversary mail. I did the thing where I got 100 of the anniversary tokens. So it was telling me... Fine, I'll turn rarity off. It was telling me that I'm gonna get more from repeatable events and whatnot. Do they mean weekly repeatables? Because I went back to the fairgrounds today and there wasn't really anything good for me to do. Worming around. Would you love me if I was a worm? If that's like a song, I don't know the one. I know that nobody likes me. Everybody hates me. Guess I'll go eat worms. Hi Naomi, I hope you're having a good day. Pet battle? Mainly just because it's going to give me a quality upgrades done. And I could always use those. Rematch. Robot Rumble. There we go. Now I'm going to need to answer if I was a worm constantly tonight. What is this from? What is this worm reference that all of you know that I've missed out somehow in my life? TikTok. Maybe it's a good thing. Probably some TikTok thing. Girlfriends ask their boyfriends, would you love me if I was blank? A worm? Snail, worm, slug, bug. Oh dear. That's a meme. I would have thought that was cute in my younger years, I think. Now I'm dusty. One of the worms in Hazel's worm bin. I need to check on the worms in my worm bin. I meant to rehome them over the summer, because I know there's a million people with actual gardens around here that would probably take it, but I never got around to it, so I have them again. This only further confirms I'm way too old for TikTok.
A perfect day for a race.
I'm sure there's a lot of cute content on there. And I'm sure that it would not be a net positive for my life to start consuming it. It's even the name of the achievement for Ovanax. Oh. The only TikTok I watch these days is my heart rate. there's my demographic right there. Prime Ferrec Bud Angle. Listen, he's toasty. He's got the toasty buns.
Nicely done.
There we go.
You and your Drake are exceptional.
Sometimes some of these things I'm just doing on assumption they're gonna give me some amount of credit somehow. Ooh, actually, I haven't even done the special assignment quest. I could do that just for like the rep of it all. That might give me some benefit. I was meaning to do... Also, dirt piles would be good too. Tricky treating, that's right, that's right. There was another candy bucket, I was pretty sure. Yeah, there's one down here. I set up my handy notes, or maybe my candy buckets add-on to put little kitty cat icons on them. Yeah, for a little village, but sometimes they're very small, so they get tucked underneath World Quest icons sometimes. I did not down Zekvir for... Well, actually, maybe I did. I joined Flabby once, and he was like, you want to do Zekvir? And I said, what's a Zekvir? Because I'm useless. And then I went in and we killed the boss. And maybe I got a skin? I couldn't really tell you. We'll go with maybe. What PC to use to stream? This one was given to me a couple of years ago. 3 or 4 years ago now, actually, by a former sponsor. And this is an NZXT PC. Works real good. Pretty much, like any desktop gaming PC is going to do fairly well at WoW. And anything that is just like a balanced build is going to work great. It just depends on what your budget is and what other kind of things you want to ask it to do.
Symbolizing harmony and their gratitude for nature's
Keep flexing
gifts.
on us. Yeah. I used to be sponsored. I'm not anymore. Nothing bad happened. I think they just cut down their marketing budget. I don't blame them. Here, we're gonna use the macro first. /sit. Also, that's speculation. I don't can't speak to their marketing budget. I have no idea. A lot of companies definitely went through a phase where they were looking to tighten up their spend, and they canned a lot of influencer marketing, and also the positions related to coordinating influencer marketing. A lot of my contacts got laid off and had to find new lines of work. Too wholesome for sponsors. Imagine if you could be too brand safe for sponsors. It's like, well, listen, you will have no problem advertising on my content, but I'm not sure I want to shill for you. It's all dumb. The whole thing's dumb. Should I do this? I don't see why not. I don't know if it's going to give me anything towards my thing, but it'll give me some rep, maybe. Oh, actually, yeah, 8 celebration tokens. I want celebration tokens. We drink the coffee? We did. I'm really happy that she's on my lap. Nice girl. She likes stream. She likes it when I stream a lot. How's gold making so far? It's going okay. Here and there. Concentration is pretty reliable. My chosen professions right now are alchemy and enchanting. I have not been putting as much time into it as I want. And also, I've made some vaguely questionable crafting batches recently. Getting too controversial in your React videos. Oh man, I'm a little too cynical right now to do too much advertising. I can't say it with a straight face. I can't. Eventually, maybe I will do so, and I hope it doesn't come off too poorly. But right now, I don't have it in me to tell you to get a VPN or like a pair of earbuds or a mattress or a bottle of water or... Oh man, there was a weird one in my inbox. What did they want? Oh, a flight. A major airline wanted to do something, and I'm like, what? You want me to do what? Don't know about that one. One-way ticket to Teldrassil. Perfect for selling flights. Yeah. Woman who doesn't travel. Stays home. Famous homebody sells flights. You took like 2. I mean I have taken flights before. I'm not a complete air newbie, but you know. I don't know if advertising air travel is even that palatable in this day and age. I guess it's better to be flying commercial than private, but there is something to be said for not flying at all if you don't really need to. There we go. Get in this group. Totally use the Hazel code on my next flight. I don't know if you would have wanted to fly with this particular airline. I don't know if they've got a great reputation. Welcome, healer. I can switch to heals. Hang on. I just need to get out of trouble with these. I'm never gonna get out of trouble, am I? Where did all the bees come from? Alright, give me my 60 seconds of res sickness. Let me switch into a healing spec. Because they seem to need that. And I do too. Okay, let's drink a little water. Informative yet soothing voice could be an airline announcer at an airport. Get people info while assuring them. Your flight number 49876, en route to the middle of the ocean, has been delayed due to unforeseen weather and whirlpools. Please make other travel plans. Your first idea sucked. Okay.
Opportunity's knocking. If you've got the metal, there are valuables waiting to be won.
Alright. There we go. We're grouped up.
When their numbers surge, honey
oh yeah, I'm in.
halts, triggering extreme
I forgot I'm in war mode. Excited about getting half-elf ears for humans, including Worgen. Oh, I didn't even think about that. Bee area stresses me out. I've taken to avoiding it. It would try to bait me when I was on my gathering alt with all these lovely herbs and ore to farm, and I started to recognize, nope, bees, and I would just veer off into the sunset. Nope, not landing there. These little boss mods for airlines. The thing I hate about airline announcements about this flight has been delayed, or this flight will now be at this gate instead of this gate, is that they play them over the speakers, right? You can't hear a word that they play on those speakers. They are so hard to hear and understand because airports are loud and they're noisy, and I think the speakers either suck or they just fit underneath all of the other sound. And even if you are listening and paying attention and not putting on headphones and watching, like, I don't know, Dexter on your iPad or something, even if you are paying attention, it is so hard to pick out what they're actually saying. So what I do instead is I have, I'll have the app for whatever airline that I'm flying, and I will just periodically check on my flight information to check on the time and on the gate, because I've had it happen before where I was waiting at the gate that was printed on my ticket, but then they changed it, and they probably did like pipe an announcement through, but I didn't hear it because airports are really loud, and I had to run at the last minute when I was like, wait, this flight isn't my flight that's boarding. Well, thank you very much for the raid. Welcome, raiders. Perhaps some Old Republic fans here. Those bees plant bait herbs to catch people. They are carnivorous bees. Busy airport special layer of health. Recently started playing WoW, so we came to say hi. Hello. Welcome, welcome. I hope you enjoy your time with WoW. Oh, we like it well enough. You'd never know it by depending on which day you're listening to people talk about it, but we're all here after all these years, so that speaks for something. Yeah, I know, there's a mount for farming all the bees. I was gonna say bee, leave it when I see it, but I need to apologize for that. Oh no, they're horde. Okay, that's an honor kill. I was gonna try to heal them. I don't know, I forgot that I was in war mode when I set off to do this. And it's making things like a little complicated. These people are horde. Relist the group, delist the group. I just need to find a couple of things on the edge here. Can we like pull some drones over? And now of course I'm in my healing spec, so I can't really, well, I can do a little bit of damage. Not much damage, admittedly. I'm not even in a healing spec that has like a chastise or anything. I hate WoW. Why do I play it 16 hours a day? Yeah, the eternal question for us all. What are we running from? Friends are shepherding me around. Aw, that's nice.
Thanks for your assistance. With your help,
Yeah, this is the new expansion zones. This is the top level one that's in the same zone as the new capital city. And it's like an elite questing area that I really shouldn't be in by myself right now. But yeah, the meadery. There's bees and mead and dwarves and pain apparently. Tomorrow we fish in the derby. Oh. I'm a little sad that I'm done with the derby. I could do it just for fun. Oh, I'm speaking of just for fun. We missed the mount off. Oh well. So I got 240 rep with Cancel Dornigal for doing the quest, which is worthwhile, I think. I never did go back and pick up my redone Wicker buff, so I might have been down 10%, but that's fine. Alright, I'm leaving this party. I'm getting on my broom. Oh, for heaven's sake. I'm getting on my broom and I'm getting out of here. We're going down. The reason that I wanted to be in war mode anyway is if I just do 3 more buckets, then I'll get 50 points on my traveler's log, and then we can all put the whole thing to bed. Let's use the elevator here. Do it for the gold you get for selling a fish. Yeah, I could do that anytime though. I don't need the derby for that. Mount Mania humbles me. Mount off, it was fun. I had 1 mount. There are points for Hallow's End stuff. Yeah, that's what we're doing. Bottle of mead sitting in a cabinet. Need to open that up sometime soon. Mead is a great thing to share with people that like come visit, because a lot of people have never had mead, so it can be kind of like a sharing and bonding and trying it out together experience. And also because in my experience, mead is so intense and sweet that it feels like getting punched in the tongue by like a cherubic bee. You don't really want very much of it, or at least I didn't when I tried mead many years ago. And it's nice to have just like a little bit with a lot of people. Not something you'd really want to drink a lot of on your own.
Opportunities knocking. If you've got the metal,
Leaving this party, getting on my broom, and leaving is one of the few sentences that works in-game and in real life. Ah, man. I had a moment when I was a kid where I was like, I'm good at science class. I'm smart. I'm lonely. I want to fly. I'm going to look through all of my parents' old physics and science textbooks from when they went to university. And I'm going to come up with a brand new, never anticipated system that will allow me to fly in a broom, because I'd read a lot of Harry Potter and, you know, witch stories. And I was like, I want a flying broomstick. I'm smart. My parents told me I could do anything I wanted to because I'm smart and I'm going to figure it out. And my plan involved hollowing out the broomstick handle and filling it with hyper-compressed helium, because I'm like, well, helium balloons float, so if you could get more of it, then you would be able to float. I didn't have any big plans on steering or coming down yet, but then my parents told me about the Hindenburg. And then I gave up on my plan. misheard you saying weed for a second. Got very confused. We have a semi-local meter right here. I haven't checked for giant bees or Nerubians. I also used to try to jump off of lawn furniture in my backyard while flapping like big pieces of cardboard, or like I really wanted to fly. And for a while I had the confidence to think that I was really gonna figure it out. Interesting, because the Hindenburg went up because they used hydrogen, not helium. Not quite as fiery, surely, as disastrous. Try less flammable gas. Helium is not flammable. Hindenburg was hydrogen, yeah. I didn't know. There's probably a reason that people don't use hyper-compressed helium-filled broom handles to fly around. Otherwise, I think I would have seen somebody doing it by now. Compressed helium would freeze. Some kids jump off the roof. Yeah. Thankfully, I didn't try that. It was a pretty tall roof. It would have been pretty bad. Hi, kitty cat. I don't actually remember you getting up. Where did you go? You back? You feeling okay? You want to come back up on my lap? Or do you want to sleep in your bed? You can have whatever you want. Hi, sweetheart. Hi, honey bear. It's like really depressing, but I've been trying to think of and brainstorm things that I would want to do if you had like just one more day with a pet that had passed away. And I think the answer is usually just whatever their favorite things are. Because we're in kind of this weird position where we have days and they're good, but we don't have an unlimited amount of them. And I want to make sure we do everything. So, I mean, I know it's going to suck no matter what, but I don't want to have like a bunch of regrets if we can avoid it. Hi, Lucy, you're sweet. Helium really expensive, turns out, when I was doing the research. Yeah, Kira enjoys stream time. She likes naps. She likes all the stuff that we do anyways. I've been getting her lots of her favorite treats. I've been just stopping in to visit with her like a million times on my way to and from everything. Like, get up to go to the bathroom, go see the cat. Get up to get some more water, go see the cat. Sitting down after getting some water, go see the cat. Stun Dummy, thanks for giving out some gift subs. Anything special? No, it's not like a dog where you would like take them to the beach or something, or like see something they really like, because she's blind and she likes being at home and she hates change and she hates traveling. So I'm pretty sure that all she wants is just to be loved and comfy at home. So I'm doing as much of that as I can. I wish you could talk to me, and then you could tell me what you want, and you could also tell me how you're feeling. Favorite things, Licky Treat sessions look popular. She's getting one of them every day now. I got a whole big pack of them, and if we run out, we're gonna get more. What was I doing? I was doing this thing. I'm gonna have a lovely weekend. Mandatory cozy time. If I had my cats back for a day, pet them, try to make them happy, think you're in the right track. She does like chicken. She doesn't want actual chicken though. We want some cooked. For Moosey's birthday, I bought like real chicken, and I prepared it for him very lovingly. Or maybe my partner did. Maybe I bought it and then my partner cooked it, because I would have cooked the chicken, but I figured he's got more experience cooking chicken. I don't really know what I'm looking for. I tried giving a little piece of it to her, and she didn't want it. She's very picky. She only wants very specific things that are usually the things that she already has. Okie dokie. We're gonna sit. We're gonna use our sit macro. There we go. Well, that gave us 10 quests for Traveler's Log. And then we've done Candy Buckets in War Mode, which means that I can just take War Mode off now. There's nothing else I really wanted to do with it. There is one, I think, for Candy Buckets in... You can bob for apples. Let's see here. Hang on. What? That's crazy. Oh my god. my partner's out fishing, and he sent a picture, and he said cougar cub in the tree. He's like basically in the woods, and he saw a small, medium cat-like shape with extra pointy with a flop on the end ears, like pretty far up a big tree. And I'm like looking at this picture, and I see the cat shape, and I see the pointy flop in the ears. It's not a very good picture because it was pretty far away, and it's pretty dark. But it does not look like a house cat. He said he noped out of there. he's left, which is good because if it is a cougar cub, you don't want to be anywhere around there. But what the heck? That's crazy. That's crazy. I've lived here. I've lived here off and on, obviously, but I've never even seen a bear, let alone a cougar. I know that we have them here, but got that weird feeling. Turned around, we'll fish another spot. Good. Good thinking. Please don't die. Good grief. Yeah, she likes chicken flavor. I thought it was funny that when I accidentally bought her the wrong kind of Licky Treats, normally I get her the chicken ones, and I bought her salmon by accident, but they were the right brand, and she still wanted them. She wouldn't have... Yeah, I don't know what her deal is. I had a theory that my final words would be a cat-shaped something. Yeah, I wonder... Because we have lynx. It could be a lynx kitten. Do we have lynx, like, this far down, though? Like, I don't know how far he went out to go fishing. Because when I think of, like, the extra pointy... I guess I don't know what a cougar cub looks like. I'm going to Google that. Cougar cub images. Oh, they're so cute. Don't pet. Forbidden pets, but... Cougar cubs. Okay, for a second I'm like, in stock on Amazon, and I'm like, no! But then I'm like, okay, it's a print. It's art. That's a cougar cub. What about a lynx kitten? Yeah. Maybe. Do we have Canada lynx? Are there lynx on Vancouver Island? Question mark. No, there are no lynx on Vancouver Island. They're not present on the coastal islands. Okay. It could just be a cat. It could just be like a, you know, like a very feral cat. It's so fluffy. Next to skunk and raccoon. Because we live on an island, there are some types of wildlife that we have in very high concentrations. And there are some types of wildlife that we don't have at all, that even though they exist on the mainland, they don't exist on the island. Got back from visiting my folks back home. Bobcat Mama and her late season kits were hanging around a lot. Canada lynx, my favorite animal. Love the giant feet. Because, yeah, it looked like it was, like, 30 feet up, like an enormous tree. I'm not saying that a cat couldn't climb it. Cats can do all kinds of stuff, but I don't know. Maybe it was just, like, cat-shaped moss. We'll never know. Skunks. I'd have to Google it. I've never seen one, but I think so. I've heard stories, I think. Did I hear stories from here? Are there... This is a fun game. I know that there are one of the world's highest concentrations of cougars and black bears because of watching the first couple seasons of Alone, because that took place in the same island that I live on. Not the same part of the island, but we have black bears, cougars, and wolves that live here. But again, not like here, just like north. Skunk stripes. Oh no, not Vancouver Island, Haida Gwaii, or other coastal islands. Limited to the lower mainland, so no skunks here. Fun fact. How are we doing on treats? We have 28. We're gonna need a lot more than that. But good news is that we have lots and lots of different areas to visit for them. Hi, sweetie. She's purring. Rule you out for your partner, no dying while fishing. Yeah, I'm pretty strict about that one. It goes both ways. I'm not supposed to die when we go fishing either, but it's you know, we try to be as careful as possible about our safety because we do go to some kind of dangerous places. We balance in some kind of dangerous rocks. So you gotta use your noggin. You want to borrow some skunks from Oregon? Saw a few waddling around here a couple days ago. No. You can keep them. We do have raccoons. You have moose. Great swimmers. Makes orca one of their few natural predators. That would be a horrifying and very fascinating video. I don't think we do on the island. No, there are no moose on Vancouver Island. Is there just a list? What wildlife is not on Vancouver Island? Is there any of these websites that's just going to give me a nice big list? Alright, so things we do not have here include mountain goats, moose, coyotes, porcupines, skunks, chipmunks, and numerous species of small mammals. Plentiful on the mainland, absent from Vancouver Island. No grizzly bears as well. Why are there no coyotes? Not sufficient habitat for foxes or coyotes. Ditto badgers and porcupines. Raccoons, by contrast, we have lots of here. Yeah, black bears for sure. highest black bear density in the world, as far as I know. Yeah, it's wild. Any kind of snakes? We get like garden snakes, garden snakes. Spending most of our lives living in a raccoon's paradise. That was where Alone was made for a few seasons. Yep, it was made up island, quite a ways up island, in Quatsino Sound on the west coast. It's kind of like an inlet area on the west coast of the island. I live on the very southern tip of the island in Victoria, BC right now. I have been looking into living on other places in the island though, because if I buy a place here, it's going to be spooky. I've learned about my real estate budget, and I've learned that if I would like to purchase something in Victoria, it may be a den of iniquity, or a former den of iniquity that needs some serious cleaning up that I am not equipped to do. Tricks or treats. There we go. But yeah, I've seen all the seasons of Alone. I'm rewatching some of the earlier ones now. And one of the things that that's been kind of my takeaway is that while it's true that the earlier seasons were harder because it hadn't been done as much, so there were some techniques and tactics for that show that got kind of passed down over time, and over time people got better at it. But also, I think that even though it's not as frigid as some of the places that they later do, like Mongolia and Patagonia, or the Arctic, like they've done some Arctic Circle ones, Vancouver Island was one of the hardest places that they ever sent them because they couldn't get around in the brush like at all. The tides were absolutely ruining people by like preventing you from accessing most of your area at varying times. The wildlife is like really aggressive when you have food. The amount of bear and cougar encounters were just crazy. And then the humidity and the moisture means that even though it doesn't get as Arctic Circle cold, everything is soaked. Things were getting moldy. It looks like one of the hardest seasons that they, like one of the hardest places that they ever were sticking them. Like they didn't last nearly as long there as they did in other places. Rain looked unbearable. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of rain. I visited Victoria on a cruise, and I love the harbor tours on the cute little boats. What am I doing? There's lots of candy buckets out here in Oshkosh. This does not surprise me at all. And then what's this? What are they going to give me? Elemental battle training stones? I would take some elemental battle training stones. Oh yeah, sometimes I do, sometimes I just do pet battles for trading post credit as well. Wet winters are the worst winters. I was looking at some different places on the island, and I was looking at like rainfall averages, because while I do live in Vancouver Island, Victoria has one of the lowest rainfall averages for the area just because of where we sit geographically and what like the topography looks like. And there are other places that get wildly, like you can drive for 45 minutes and you can be in not an entirely different climate, but in a dramatically different climate depending on the time of year, just on averages. And there are places that get a lot hotter. There are places that get a lot colder. Those are the same places. They're the inland places, and the Bulls, like the valley. And then there are places that get a lot more rain and like overcast days. And I was trying to figure out, it's like, I like rain. I love the Pacific Northwest. I like rainy, misty, foggy mountains. Will I get bummed out if it's 200 days in a row, though? I don't know. Basically the only habitable place in Canada. Going to Toronto in the spring? Any suggestions? Chat's gonna have to help you out. I've only ever been once. Snowblower don't mind cold, but when you get wet snow, it sinks into your bones. Yeah. Nice kitty. Gotta head out. Have a great day, everyone. Have a wonderful day. Tricks and treats. Treats and tricks. It feels nice to have her on my lap. She's nice and like warm, and she's not heavy, but she's got like a nice comforting weight to her. I'm gonna talk about her a lot, and it's gonna be a little bit of a bummer. And it might be that way for a long time, and that's okay. But right now, whenever I get really mushy, I can go see her and pet her and like cuddle her, and it's gonna really break my heart when I can't do that anymore. I'm gonna be like, I want my cat. You're good. Yeah. Rain shadow effect can be really dramatic. It's crazy how different the weather forecasts and averages are within such a short geographic distance because of that rain shadow. It's wild. Surprised she hasn't gotten annoyed at the extra cuddles. She's always been an absolute love bug. She's always been one of those cats that like will take as much love as you give them. She's just sweet right to her bones. She does get cranky, and you can tell when she's feeling cranky. But she'll take an awful lot of cuddles, and usually she's just like, "Oh, hey mom, it's you." Purr. I was thinking about it, and I was thinking, even if I had known what I know now, that out of all of the cats that they had available for adoption, that this one was going to go blind at 7 and then cancer at 10, and how hard that was going to be, I still would have picked her. I wouldn't have changed a thing. You know. Not a better place for her than right here. Let's go over here. I would have brushed your teeth maybe from day 1. I did not take that seriously enough for a long time, and we know now. And you get your teeth brushed now, and you still have to get your teeth brushed because life isn't fair. And because you secretly like it, I know. But, yeah. He didn't decide to settle down in here. I think he's laying out front. He likes to watch, whenever one of us isn't home, he likes to lay down somewhere where he can watch the front door so he can be ready to greet someone when they come back. 11 years was too short. We'd never trade him. I know a lot of people go through stuff like this, and it's like way more people than you would think, and it happens to like a lot of people a handful of times in their lives, and it's just a little baffling to me because it's like, well, how is everybody else getting out of bed? How are you guys dealing? Because I'm not dealing. And I know I'm not, it's like that's normal and expected, and it's not a problem. I'm really lucky that I don't have anybody trying to like invalidate how I'm feeling or reacting. Everybody kind of understands, which is very nice. But I don't know, man. People, I guess it's just very natural for people to like not show it too much because it is a bummer. You know, at a certain point, you don't want to just bum everybody out and bring every party down by talking about it. It's not easy. I am not dealing. They probably don't for a while. Sticky stuff in her fur. Did you have to wash her? How did that go? I didn't. I ended up just damp cloth and kind of spot cleaning her like you would a plushie. And I got most of it off that way, and then she groomed the rest of it off. I never did have to give her a bath. Might be genetic thing in strays in that area.
The Ascended haunt our upper echelons of power.
I was talking to a veterinary oncologist, which is not a fun conversation. And like, that must be such a hard job. They were very sensitive and they were very kind. which I'm sure is an important trait to have in that job. I'm sure that, like, they're just dealing with people in the worst days of their lives. And it's just so frustrating. And they acknowledge this a lot of times. They're like, well, it's just so frustrating because there's so many things that you don't know and that you can't know until you do all of this other stuff. And then even then you might not know. And there's just so many differentials and variables. And, like, it's crazy to me how much of medicine is still an absolute guessing game. It's just so hard. I'm gonna go this way. We're gonna go in here. Yeah, no, you guys are doing fine. No one here's tried to invalidate me. And I think if they did, they'd catch a ban pretty quickly, so it's all fine. Oh, Asa, I'm sorry to hear that. It's not fair when they're young like this. It's not fair anytime, but it's extra not fair when you weren't. I mean, no one's ever ready, but, like, you just. I thought I would have her until she was like 22 because she's so tough, you know. She's such a tough, brave girl, and I just figured she'd be knocking around for, like, ever. But yeah, it's going to be important for me, and it's a very hard thing to think about, but it's going to be important for me to keep an eye on her and to be very realistic about when her quality of life is going downhill, just because her sickness is in her lungs. If I let it get too far, it's going to be really awful. So I need to remember that and remember to do the kind thing when it's time. I want to try to get somebody to come to the house. I've got somebody set up that I can call for that, because I know that, like, I've read a lot of forums and stuff about people having to put their pets to sleep, and my takeaway from reading a bunch of accounts is that nobody ever feels like they did it at the right time. People are upset because they thought they did it too soon. People are upset because they thought they did it too late. But on the whole, especially if they're, like, terminally ill and in pain, it's better to be too soon than too late, for sure. You're right, she did immigrate to a new country. She got to go on a boat. She hated that. She hated that. She left a mark on a U-Haul that they surprisingly did not bill me for, which we appreciate. She was in my lap on a cat bed in the passenger seat of the U-Haul when we were driving out of the States to get back here. And she was so mad about the whole thing. She would, like, go meow, meow, and she would, like, voice her displeasure for, like, 15 minutes. And then she'd be like, all right, well, clearly this isn't working. I'm going to try again in a bit. And she would, like, lay back down and be quiet for maybe another 15 minutes. And then she would, like, start it up again. And at one point she scratched, not me, but the dashboard. So there is a U-Haul somewhere that has a little Kira love mark on it from her cries of injustice. Took him to emergency vet. Couldn't sleep anymore. Yeah. It's so hard, but it's really good to think of them, because they're not contemplating the eternal or anything like that. They're not metaphysical about it like we are. They just know they feel good or they don't feel good. Hi, sweetie. You know, she's not out here, like, thinking about her bucket list that she's not going to do. I don't think she has a bucket list. I think, honestly, she did it. She had a bucket list of about 10,000 naps on Mom's lap, and that's exactly what we did. We're looking to go do maybe Pandaria treats. Let's go trick-or-treat in Pandaria. We have 51. We need another 100. Nap, drink shower water. Based on what I've heard from the vet so far, our treatment at this point is going to be palliative care. So we are not trying to fix her, basically, because it looks like it would be extremely hard on her. It has not very good odds. Even the best case scenario was not like a she gets to live for another 10 years thing. Like, the best case scenario was going to be a couple of extra months to maybe an extra year, but it was going to be so hard. And this is a bit insensitive to say, but it was also going to be an astronomical amount of money to even try. And the chances were very good that it was not going, like, we're not really looking at, you can't really save her at this point. It's just a question of how long you want to drag it out for. So that's an extremely hard thing to have to think about. I almost wish, I don't wish because I'm glad that those options are available for people that have the resources or maybe have a cat with a better prognosis that want to try. It's great that those therapies are there, but you know, it's a hard decision to have to make. Doesn't sound like a fun few months to a year. And she hates going to the vet, and she hates being away from home. And I don't even know if she would make it through like some of the stuff they would have to do there. And I would rather have her here with me. But yeah, there are vets that'll come out to your house, which is good, so I don't have to put her in the carrier she doesn't like and take her to the places she doesn't like. We can hopefully just do it here. Yeah, I don't know. And it's impossible to say with cancer. Like the timelines they were giving me were very short. But I've also read stories of cats that were given like a month to live and then they kicked around for another 5 years without treatment just because. Like there's really no way to know, which sucks. So we just take each day one day at a time, but it sucks. It's not fair. See one of his toys. Aww. You know what's sad? And I'm gonna do this for a few minutes and then I'm gonna change the topic. I think Moose is depressed. I think he caught my feelings. I don't know if he knows what's going on. He probably doesn't. But he's a smart dog, and I don't know, I've read weird stuff about dogs being able to smell tumors and stuff. Anyway, what most likely has happened is he can tell that I am distraught. And he's like, uh-oh, Mom and Dad are really sad. Moose is sad. And it reminds me of the Friends episode where Joey was depressed and Phoebe lends him a friend's golden retriever, and then the golden retriever gets depressed and he's like, Phoebes, I broke the dog! It's like, I broke my dog, my happy puppy. He's still happy, like he still likes his walks and his treats, and he still falls over himself like a noodle when I go to say hi to him. He gets really happy when I just get out of bed. But yeah, he's pretty bummed out to the point that I was like keeping an eye on him to see if he was getting sick, because sometimes in the past, if he's been looking kind of glum, it's because he ate something and then he throws it up and he goes, oh, I feel much better now. So I was like watching because I'm like, I didn't see you eat anything, but you never know. And I don't want Moosey to be sad, but I also, like, if I had a child and they were sad, it wouldn't be very constructive for me to just tell them not to be, so I figure I probably shouldn't do that for my dog. Some things you can't drown in cookies. New data mines have awesome new mounts. Yeah, we looked at, well, actually, we looked at the Trading Post stuff. We saw the Clockwork Pets. I don't know if I saw the Clockwork Armor or not. Broom mount I bought from the Trading Post last year in October. Okay. How are we doing on this? Not very much, actually. Candy buckets. One more candy bucket in Pandaria, and we'll have 50 points from that. There's Day of the Dead stuff. Halazen dailies. I didn't end up doing the Wicker Curses thing. Pet tamers. Give Moose a few wins. Give him the opportunity to make you happier. He really does cheer me up. He really does help. He comes over to give me like Moosey hugs, and he does this thing that he knows makes me laugh, where he kind of like mushes his face down into the bed that he's standing on, and then he like wiggles it around like he's wiping his face off, and he like walks his back feet towards him so that his spine is almost vertical while he's mushing his face around the bed, and then he falls over. And it's the funniest thing I've ever seen. And it always makes me laugh. And I think he knows it makes me laugh because he's been coming to find me and then being like, look, Mom, I'll do the thing. He's really sweet. One of my favorite retired Hazel activities was the mount previews. You liked those? Aw. I always kind of thought, I mean, I like doing them. But I always kind of felt like it was like, well, you guys could just look at the data files for these, so what am I really adding to it? I don't know. Here, look, it's a horse. It's so lovely. Because those aren't very hard to do. I could do those again. Yeah. One day Moose is going to meet another cat. Not for a long time. I'm not going to be trying to get another cat anytime in the short term, but eventually Moose is probably going to meet another cat. And he's going to be like, whoa, this one can see! Because the only, like, the cat that he spent the most time with is Kira, and she's real blind. And he's gonna be like, all right, I am safe because she cannot aim, and the new cat's gonna be like, bet. And it's, you know. That'll be a whole journey for one day. Goodness. Let's do Dread Waste here. Best friend Jasper, just not cool. I'm sorry to hear that. I know, I want to keep my kitty forever. I'm like a big toddler, I want my kitty cat. But, that's okay. I'm glad you guys understand. I feel fairly comfortable to just cry on stream when I need to, which is good because otherwise I wouldn't be able to stream. We're gonna cry. We may as well be streaming anyway. It doesn't really matter. I promise I'm not trying to like ham it up for donations or anything. It's just this is just what we're in. Toddler attitude is acceptable if not expected. I occasionally affect a toddler attitude even when I'm not distraught. I am not above turning to my partner when we're walking the dog and just going, hungry. Are you hungry? Hungry. Hungry. It's amazing how common this experience is. We still keep doing it. It tells us it's worth it. Yeah, it just sucks. Yeah. I think one of the things that I think I knew, but I've really realized recently is that nothing that anybody says or tries to say is going to make it feel one bit better. And that's okay. I always used to worry about like, man, I don't know what to say. I don't know what I can say that might help. And I think I understand a little better now that nothing will. It's all right. You don't have to try to come up with the magic sentence that's going to make someone feel better because you can't. It's enough that you're just listening. That's really all anybody can do. Given her life, most cats don't get. She's had it pretty good. I said I wouldn't get another cat with my last one, but I now have 3. Yeah. I'm definitely going to get more cats one day, depending on my situation and what I can afford and like where I live. I may or may not get more than one at a time. I don't know. But that's definitely a one-day thing and not a soon thing. And then whenever it does happen, even if it's a long ways in the future, I'm going to be like, Kira never did it like that. You're doing it wrong. That's not how we do this. Kitty liked it like this. I think it's hard because her name is Kira, but I've mainly just called her Kitty for a long time. And that's kind of a generic term. And I feel like the next one could also be Kitty, but then I'd be like, you're not really Kitty. She's never destroyed a plushie. She has done some damage to my couch. She's done some damage to furniture upholstery for sure, but not. Moose outstripped her lifetime damage totals in the first like half hour of being a puppy. I don't even want to replace any of it. I like my torn up furniture. It makes me feel better about anybody else tearing it up more in the future. You know, as long as it's doesn't smell and I can clean it and it holds up well enough, then sure, you know? Architectural Digest is not coming over in a hurry, and if they did, I'd be like, this is my couch and here is where my beloved cat tore it up. Problem? Just unnecessarily defensive. The poor interviewer's like, no, that's fine. What? Why are you crying? This broom is, I mean, all the flying mounts, or almost all the flying mounts, can skyride now. But yeah, this is Eve's Ghastly Rider. I got it from the trading post last year. I think they put it again on the cash shop for a bit, but I did it with Tender before. A year and a
This
half
cannot
afterwards, there's
be.
still Finley fur
The
stuck to the
Black
chair that I'm
Emperor
sitting on.
itself has invaded
Yeah, I don't
the
think I'm
Vale.
ever gonna get rid of her fur.
Act swiftly, before all is lost.
I think I'm gonna get weirdly emotional about cleaning up her litter box for the last time. I've been thinking about a lot of last times, like, you know, when is it gonna be the last time to do like her nails and stuff? She likes it when I do her nails. She says she doesn't, but she's lying. She just likes the attention. Hi, Hazel. Hello. How are you? I'm keeping that litter box though. It's perfect. It was stupid expensive for a big plastic box, but I love it because it's huge. It has really high walls. She can get into and out of it. And I like the way the scoop kind of fits in the side of it, and it came with like a really wide, big scoop. It's just super easy to use, which I really appreciate. I went through like 2 or 3 different litter boxes that she would, because she, at a certain point in her life, maybe 4 years ago, maybe 5 years ago, she'd started just standing up before she was done peeing. She would like squat to pee. And then before she was done, she would just like move on with her day and just start standing up. And it meant that if you didn't have very high walls in your box, you were going to be doing a lot of cleaning. So I like got a high walled box, and then it wasn't high enough. And then I found this one. And and this one works great, and we appreciate that. So whenever I do clean it up and put it away and like bleach it for a while, I will save it for the future because it's good. I know people talk about the litter robots. I watched a woman receive a delivery of a litter robot to her office. I was waiting for an appointment at an office building that has like a bunch of different types of offices. I was there for therapy. And there was another person that worked there that I didn't know. And they got a delivery of this huge package. It could have been a refrigerator. It was the biggest box. It was the biggest box ever. And the front desk guy like takes the delivery and then calls the woman who received it. And he was like, your robot is here? And she's like, yeah! And she was so excited. And then she sees the box and she's like, whoa! Because I don't think she expected it to be in that big of a box. She just had it like delivered to work or something. She made arrangements to help people load it into her truck later. She was so happy. She was so excited to get this robot thing. And I know a few of you guys have told me about them, so I've kept that in the back of my head for maybe one day. With a different cat that can see and that isn't so set in her ways. OG litter robot, pretty good. Looked like the pod from 2001. Current Hazel problem is enjoying time with Kira. I wish you could see her right now. I can't move the camera without bothering her, but she has one paw latched onto the sleeve, the other sleeve of my corduroy. She has her face like tucked into the crook of my elbow a little bit, maybe a little farther down my forearm. And she's just puddled up in my lap. She's so soft. How do you get to be so soft? House is not a home without cat hair. Thankfully, there will be moose hair. Moose hair gets everywhere. Moose hair covers a lot of ground. I need to vacuum today. I've been putting it off because Kitty keeps being in a place where I don't really want to bother her because she hates the vacuum and I don't have it in me to like make her deal with it for the moment. But next time she's asleep in the bedroom, I'll vacuum the front rooms and then vice versa when she's in the front room because it needs doing. It's getting kind of gross in here. One of these for my new baby lizard bear, and then what else needs an upgrade? Coppers needs an upgrade.
Hey, you give that.
I didn't realize I could listen to Kobold voice lines anytime I wanted via the magic of that. So I think we've pretty much done all of the... We've gotten all the points that we were going to get for tricky treating. I have 71 of 150. We're like halfway there. If we keep doing Headless Horseman every day, that gives you like 3 or 4 buckets worth of treats. Although I guess if I just keep doing this, I can maybe get the thing done today and then I can be actually done with the holiday. That might be kind of nice. Kobold soundboard. Yeah, I love the Kobold voice lines and I want to learn more of them. Having company over, finally did some dusting, sweeping in the corners, and the amount of cat hair. Are the guild page pets per character? I couldn't tell you, actually. I don't know. Yeah, so on the topic of dogs needing to do business like away from their homes and needing to walk even if they had yards, I felt a bit bad when I adopted Moose because we live in an apartment. And I'd lived in an apartment with a dog before, so I already knew the drill of like taking them out a bunch of times to let them do their business. And I was on board with that, but I felt a little bit bad for Moose that he had to like get all saddled up every single time that we were going to go out and do the thing. And then I realized that I have like neighbors that live in houses in like adjacent neighborhoods that have dogs. And not all of them, but a lot of them do the same thing anyways, because even though they have a yard, their dog needs to go on a walk in order to actually do the thing anyways. So they end up doing the exact same thing that I'm doing. Don't get me wrong, I would still kill for a big yard for Moose to play in, and also to plant garden stuff, and maybe have a bird feeder. But I cannot pretend it would make that part of my life really any easier. Turned on all curses and Headless Horsemen, and the group smashed it. Nice. Besides, he would need the walks anyways. So it's not actually that big of a deal. Okay. This is not an inn right now because I'm phased, so I'm not going to worry about it. What I am going to worry about, we're going to take her back. I think we're going to do... Actually, I'm playing the game without picking up my right hand right now. I don't want to type with two hands because Kitty Cat's got that handed. She can have it. I can use the mouse, but that's about it. She's been like more of a Velcro cat than usual, and I don't know if it's because she's feeling bad and she wants to hang out with me, or if she knows I'm feeling bad and that I want to hang out with her. I don't know, maybe both. Going to finish the pet battle section of this actually. So I've done 3, so if we just go smash out another 12, that'll be an easy 200 points. I still have no idea what kind of a place I'm going to buy. I'm just pretty excited that I'm in a position to be able to buy one at all. That's pretty cool, if we're being honest. I'm doing it on my own, on my income, just my name on the title kind of thing, which I never thought I'd be able to do off of like YouTube and Twitch, so that's pretty sweet. But based on my budget and like what kind of places I might like to live in, I've got not the place narrowed down, but I've got the profile kind of narrowed down. Not pay. I cannot afford to pay for it in cash. There would be a mortgage. Whether or not it's big depends on what people think, and I'm not going to share like specific numbers, but let's say I can make a 20% down payment and avoid mortgage insurance, which we like, but I'm not paying for it all in cash because I'm not that loaded. But the 3 different kind of profiles that I'm looking at right now, there is option 1, which is cute pet-friendly condo that is not like in town, unless I'm willing for it to be very small and old, but that's like as close to here as reasonable. Like, you know, one of the neighboring community areas that's like between like 15 and 45 minutes away, that kind of thing. There are cute condos that I could kind of afford that would be basically the same size as the place we have now, maybe a tiny bit bigger. Maybe an extra bathroom would be amazing. Also, don't mind me, I'm looking for pets, but I'm not tracking them. And we would be living basically the same lifestyle. Hopefully a slightly quieter area. I would love to be closer to like trails or parks that I can like walk to would be great. but it would be mine. 20% down is big. Mortgage insurance is a scam. Option B is to move farther away. Not crazy far, but now more in the range of like an hour-ish, give or take some time, depending on, there's a couple different options. But then instead of a condo, you're looking at like a townhouse. So it's still strata. It's still got attached neighbors, but it's side-to-side attached neighbors and not necessarily up and down and side-to-side attached neighbors. And if you can get an end unit, it's just one attached neighbor side-to-side and then whatever drama the strata tends to cause. But that would have, maybe not a yard, but it might have like a fenced patio kind of thing that Moose could sniff around in, and that might be good for gardening if I can find one that gets like some sunshine. And the actual unit itself would have probably a lot of stairs, but maybe some more space. It would be maybe a little bigger, maybe an extra bedroom kind of thing. And then option 3 is I go even farther, maybe another half hour, 40 minutes past that, and I move out to somewhere quite rural. And then I can have a house, and I would live somewhere really beautiful, kind of remote, not crazy remote, but like, you know, it would take a little bit of doing to get back into town to visit family and amenities and stuff. I would not be close to a yoga studio, but just amazing parks and trails and fishing and hiking and all those things that I love. Smaller town kind of community, less amenities, but I don't really need a whole lot. And then you wouldn't be driving like 6 hours to get to those kinds of things. You drive for like an hour and a half, and then you could get back to whatever kind of thing that you needed. So those are kind of the options as they stand. The problem with one thing to consider with that house that's rural is that it would be maybe a little bit older. Also not that big. It would be like the same size as the apartments, basically, just like a little old house. So it might have more things that are new for me to deal with in terms of like repairs and maintenance and whatnot. But I would have more freedom in choosing how I want to go about doing it, because it would be freehold and not strata. I don't know what I want to do. I think when the time comes, I would probably drive around the different areas, go like just do as much research as I can, and then maybe like look at a few of these places and actually walk around them and do some showings and see how it feels to be in them. But yeah, I don't know. At least it's a little bit narrowed down. Options? You've heard the options. Family proximity is important. Yeah, that's the hard thing, is that like really important things to me on a day-to-day basis are like quiet areas to walk with my dog that I can walk to. That's huge for me, because I do that every day, multiple times a day. And I hate being in like a really busy, loud, noisy area. I don't like a lot of chaos. I don't like a lot of the struggles that are kind of on the street in town right now. And the closer I am to family, the worse the neighborhood is, basically. It's, if I, like, the more nature that I want, the farther I have to get from my mother, because they all work in town and they live in town. So that's kind of a paradox of, like, none of these options are as far as when I lived in Oregon and I was like a flight and I would see them like every couple of years. None of the options are that crazy. The most I would be away from them would be like an hour and a half drive. But that is still long enough that I'm not just going to do it on a Tuesday afternoon when I'm, crying because my cat's sick. It's a big decision, and I don't know if there's a right or a wrong answer. Smaller towns sometimes have very independent ISPs. Fiber to my house. Never give Bella Rogers money again. Nice. Winter and bad weather. Yeah. Current neighborhood. Similar one in terms of distance. I cannot afford to buy anything where I live right now. And if I could, I don't know if I would. It's hard. Yeah. This is the kind of place that people rent, and then the people that buy are either multimillionaires or they've owned the land for like 60 years kind of thing. Even the condos, like if I got a condo here and I wanted it to be nice, it would be well over my price range. And by the time you get into the condos I can afford, you've gotten into the areas of town that have a lot of issues. Niche advice, just ask Moose. I think Moose would like to live somewhere rural. Moose would be over the moon if I could take him on a trail every day. He would die. He would die and go to puppy heaven. Not really. But, like, he would be so happy to do nature stuff more often. He loves that kind of thing. Keep renting, just me. A lot of emphasis on neighborhood and close to the homies. Yeah, I have my family here, and I love them very much. I haven't really, I mean, I've made acquaintances. I haven't really made any friends that you would, like, call on the phone or, like, have a meal with or anything. It's just people that I'll chat with in the street. And I'm not saying that's not nice, it's lovely. But I think Moose is going to make friends no matter where he goes because he's so nosy. And he will introduce himself to people. Doing the 15 pet battles? Told so many guildies to do these in Elwyn. Easy mode. Homes in Victoria Mill. Easily, yeah. And if you're going to get something that's not, it's going to be really sketchy and maybe in bad shape and also maybe very old. It's an expensive city to live in. Ay. And the hard thing is, I don't have a commute a lot. Like, the main reason people suck it up and stay in the city and buy something in the city is because they work in the city and they have a commute. And I don't have a commute. I can do this anywhere. That's the tough thing, is that I wouldn't need to come back into town every day. I could come back into town, like, on a weekend to see family. Even though I live right next to them, I don't see them very often, which is a bit of a shame, but it's just, you know, I could, if I drove into town once a week to visit them, that would be more than I'm seeing them right now. You finished it! You're killing innocent critters! I did finish it, didn't I? Oh dear. I'm gonna send myself some work orders for the work order one. Not having a commute, massive quality of life. Yeah. I found a good name for my frost mage. Oh my god. I'm not gonna read the rest of your message. I'm not gonna delete it either. That can stay. Wow. That's all I'm gonna say to that. Whew. Crafting orders. 7 crafting orders. Got Gloria the Delver. Very nice. He's only 3 levels away from being able to start Castlegar stuff. Oh, my sweetie. She's so cute. One thing that I'm not enjoying about this is that, like, 20 times a day, I'll see her just either, like, making a funny sound or maybe being, like sleeping very soundly and being very still. And I'm like, oh my god, she's dead. And I do that, like, 20 times a day. Or, like, I won't find her. Like, I'll expect to see her on the couch. And then she's not on the couch. And I'm like, oh my god, she's hidden somewhere and she's dead. And then I'll find her and she's fine. But, like, I'm doing this over and over and over and over and over again. And I know that's not ideal. But that's just what life is like today. Woo! Crafting orders, that's right. Live about 90 minutes from family, and unless the weather is horrible, really rarely gets in the way of seeing them. That is helpful, actually. Do you mind sharing on average how often you get out to see them? Work from home, such a luxury. All the snacks, no awkward bathroom moments. I went through that phase too. Feels like you're your own boss. I'm gonna see if I can let you guys see what she's doing. It's really sweet. She's been doing this for the last, like, hour. It does make me feel a tiny bit better that she's never gonna have to spend a day of her life without me. You know. I can do that part. I can do the being without her part for her. She's not gonna have to lose me. Every day she's gonna be able to do this if she wants. She doesn't have to be without Mom. I'm gonna be there for her the whole time. She's purring. I think it's nice that the dog's being nice to her too. You know, it would be a little awkward if she was getting harassed this whole time and she was just like, well, that darn dog, leave me alone. But he's been very sweet. It's a cat that is exactly where she wants to be. I think so. Kitty, can we put the hand back on the mouse? We gotta do some work orders. Yeah.
I have an extended
What do I like
supply
doing?
of goods for
Work order wise
outlanders.
for... I did Harmonious Horticulture last time. Because they were almost profitable to make anyways. Honestly, I don't even have to make War Within stuff. I could probably do Dragon Isle stuff. Yeah. 7 of these. There's 1. Looking forward to the move to the area Dad's from. Nice. Are you guys like planning it? Is it happening? I know you guys were talking about it. That's so exciting. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. And then I can just send them back to my priest and then sell them, basically, is my plan.
directive has been
Waiting to hear from the office about the paperwork. Yeah. I know all about that. Or at least I know all about the Canadian version of that. Actual planning begins. Nice. Yeah, no, it's fair. You it's once you have a number, it's a lot easier to kind of build different scenarios. It's because you know what you're working with. Okay. Been obsessively looking at house listings with the presumed budget in mind. I keep getting telemarketer calls asking if I want to sell my property, and it happens every time I just browse listings. Oh man. Some people enjoy talking to telemarketers. I'm not one of them. I do the thing with my phone where I silence unknown callers, so that if I get a call from a number that's not in my phone already, it just goes straight to voicemail, and then I can decide whether or not I want to call them back. Which is great. And then I just like add all my dentist and vet offices and stuff as contacts, which helps because it means that I can see who's calling when they're calling. I can give them special ringtones if I want, and then they can bypass that silence. The only thing it doesn't work for is grocery delivery. Grocery delivery insists on calling me. They insist that I answer the phone, and they insist on using a different random cell phone number every time. So I have to remember to turn that setting off if I'm expecting grocery delivery, otherwise they get very cranky. I was gonna craft some stuff, that's right. Got a Glad Mount and the Plague Proto-Drake. Savage. Dentist drill ringtone. Oh my god. I want a new dentist. My current dentist changed owners, and it's a new dentist and it's new staff, and I don't like them as much. And I want to change. But I'm too chicken to actually like quit the dentist and, you know, do it. Like I'll get a new dentist when I move, and I did that when I moved here. And that's, you know, no hard feelings or anything like that, but I'm too chicken to just do it just because, even though there's a million other dentists that I would probably like better. This is the alchemy table. But when I move, I'll hopefully find a new one. Oh, it's the enchanting table. It's not alchemy at all. Breaking up with your dentist is hard. And I've only been with this new dentist once, so I don't think she could possibly take it too personally. But, yeah. When I have a standing appointment already booked, that is such a, like, making appointments and dealing with that kind of thing is something I can do, and I do it all the time. But it's still a really hard thing for me to handle with my anxiety. So if I can avoid it, or, like, if I already have a standing appointment or a standing relationship, basically, with an office, I'm extremely unlikely to change it to do a new one, because it means I have to go through all of the bits again that I don't like. So I'm doing this 7 times, so I'm gonna get a calculator so I don't do any dumb math. I actually felt a lot better because when I was seeing my mortgage consultant, who's like he's like a money expert. He seems very knowledgeable and very on top of all of the different things that he handles. And he still pulled open a calculator on his computer to do like a fairly straightforward little bit of math. And that made me feel a lot better because I often will do exactly the same thing. So I want 84 of these. And then half that many, so 42 of the rest of them.
If you find anything exotic, bring it.
Got an ad, not sure you saw my answer. See family once every month or so. Okay. Sadly, the perfect house sold recently. Always more houses listed. It's so hard not to get attached when you're not ready to buy yet, but you're looking. I've been having that problem all the time, especially now that I technically could do it. I just don't want to do that to Kira. I'll see a place and I'll be like, oh, that could work. Oh, it's really lovely. Oh, I actually really like that area. Oh, I want to see it, but I'm like, put it down. There will be more. There are always more. And when the time comes, there will be something. Even if we have to wait a little bit. Yeah, I don't know whether or not this is like a profitable thing to craft, but I think even if I did lose gold, I wouldn't be losing much gold doing this. Multicraft. I'm gonna try a little concentration. I'm not using my alchemy concentration for much, so not the worst thing I can do. She won't even remember a notice. You may as well change it before you get in too deep. Yeah. I just don't know. Do I just like cancel my appointment and make an appointment with a new dentist and be like, listen, can you guys deal with sending my records over? Because I just paid for a bunch of x-rays. I don't want to do that all over again. All right. Trading post credit? Yeah, trading post credit. Cool. Before I forget, I'm just going to go pick those up, send them over here, and then put them on the auction house to sell. Mandatory status report. Oh, interesting. We do housing inspections here. As long as we don't count the dark time of the pandemic when people were just buying stuff like crazy and it was just a weird time in real estate. Generally speaking, there's a housing inspection condition. So you'll find out that kind of thing after you've put in an offer, but before you have, like, there's still room to negotiate or to back out. There's usually conditions on the agreement. Send to Inksy. But yeah, it would be nice to know before you even put it in an offer. Sure, any new dentist would be happy to do as much dealing with the records as they're allowed to. Yeah, I guess they probably wouldn't be, assuming that they have room for a new patient, they probably wouldn't be too upset to have my business. Especially because they don't even have to wrangle with insurance with me. I just pay for the dentist. It's very easy to do. It's expensive, but it's not complicated. Was it easy for you to get a family doctor? Oh, I didn't. I haven't. Nobody that I know has a doctor. If you are sick, you call your ISP. You call TELUS. Bananas. And they can set you up with a phone consultation with a doctor somewhere. And if they decide you really need to see someone, then they can maybe refer you and make you an appointment with someone. Even the walk-in clinics aren't actually walk-in, because everybody uses them because nobody has a doctor. Or at least nobody that I know has a doctor. Yeah, it's a bit wacky. I just have this really brilliant plan where I just don't get sick. And when I do get sick, so far, this is not recommended, but so far I just tough it out. I had a sinus infection last year. And I just suffered, is what I did. I was just absolutely miserable for like 2 weeks. And then my body figured it out. You know, don't do that. It's a bad idea. Don't recommend it. Antibiotics could have cleared me up way faster than that, but what are you gonna do? I could have like called for an appointment and stuff. It just felt like too much for me. What am I doing here? Selling some fishies? It's a lot easier for me to get care, like vet care for my pets than it is for me to get dental or medical care for myself. My last dentist, at one point in my dental history, was like, there's something really concerning with your jaw. We're going to recommend you for x-rays. And that was nice because that was actually covered by my BC healthcare. And they sent me to a place and I went and they x-rayed my jaw and everything. And then I never heard about it again. And then the dentist retired. And like there was quite a few appointments where I was going to the same dentist and they just never brought it up again. And I don't know, didn't remember to ask her anything, so I guess it's fine. I don't know. Someone somewhere has some real big scans of my jaw for some reason, and I don't know why. Couldn't tell you. Hopefully it's not a problem. What are we doing? Enchanting stuff?
If you find anything exotic,
So we are up to there. We're actually pretty close to getting the crest. I would love to get the crest today. Yeah, just, yeah, it seems to be still attached. I don't have the Forsaken problem, so that's good. What else do we want to do? I guess, well, it's only 50. Anniversary quests, Secrets of Azeroth. Secrets completed. Those are pretty small amounts of tender. Oh, Day of the Dead, 1101 to 1103. It is 1101 today. Races Home City. So that's available for a very short amount of time. Day of the Dead began at 10 a.m. actually, so let's go to Stormwind. Let's go poke around. Imagine the stories I would have if I moved somewhere kind of rural and had like my own little house and a yard. Guys, this morning, I wanted to take my dog out to my backyard, and there was a black bear there. So we went back inside. I can still see him from the window. Like, how crazy would that be? Hi, sweetie. What are we saying? We're looking for the Grateful Dead. Race's home city. I mean, technically my race's home city is Gnomeregan, but we don't talk about that. And there's the contender thing. I don't remember where they put the Day of the Dead stuff. I might be able to find it out. I mean, that's where the Hallow's End stuff is. I'm assuming that you wouldn't be limited to just your race's home city, though. You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to wow hit this. Day of the Dead. Wow hit. Because I don't really remember this one. It's a very small festival. Yeah, because she sells the... There's armor. There's Drake armor. Oh, she's in the graveyard. Okay. So in Stormwind, I see it. I found her. Or at least I found a map pin. Yeah. But they do have Wowhead has locations for her in the different cities, so she's just in the graveyard. So, not quite. A little farther. A little farther. Yeah, because there's like flowers and stuff set out. Maybe some food. Here's Chapman. Yeah, he wants 50k for Wilderdrake Day of the Dead armor. I remember them adding that last year, and I'm going, no thank you. Yeah, it's okay. There's Katrina. We can dance with her. And then we get the outfit.
Hello.
Contender's costume.
Farewell.
I wonder if anybody... Anybody? Anybody want to fight? Come back! 925k gold, double gathering paying off. I might follow in your footsteps. I might do that same thing. It sounds fun. Need to ask a friend to do these. Day of the Dead Fight Club. Stormwind. But yeah, you're right. I don't see the actual quest, so maybe I do need to go see her in Ironforge. Dalaran, Stormwind, Undercity, Darnassus, Thunderbluff, Azurmus, Dunmorrow. Dunmorrow. Okay, yeah, so it's like out front. Because if we can defeat another player in a contender outfit, we can win trade it a little bit. Then you get 100 points each. Oh, to the afterlife? Yeah. Alright. Nice. I found somebody to fight me. You win first. Did it work? I think we need to do a duel. Can't wait to get Francois. You can skip main story and alt, yeah. Meet out in front of the city. Okay. Give it a try. I did this so long ago, I don't remember how it works. There's apparently an achievement.
So eager you are for my blood to spill, yet to vanquish me.
Because I don't know if we need a duel, but maybe. Okay. Yeah. Wonder why he's like still in the mount. Alright. We're all good. I got my credit. That guy got his achievement. And there's a nice group up for other people to work on it. Okay. So, I want to get up, but I'm not going to because my cat's in my lap. We're looking for just a few more points. I'm gonna go to Ironforge. And I'm gonna get there by using my ring to teleport to Borealis, which I'm definitely gonna remember to take off later. Trying to fish slum sharks when I can as well. Ooh, smart. Yeah, I should do that because I'm not getting anywhere very fast with what I'm doing. Just do some double gathering. So I go to Borealis, I make sure that my teleport ring is off, which is good. It is. That's one of the nice things about Toma Teleportation is that it will swap out your teleport gear after you've finished porting. Do more crafting. If I don't make money doing all the professions this late, at least I'll learn more about how they all work. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a smart way to do it. Plus, I bet you might make more gold than you think. Hang on. Candy bucket. Still need more treats. Trick or treat. Ah, that's so cool. Have to get it now. Tome of Teleportation. I like it a lot. Helps when you have a lot of dungeon portals, too. Okay, so there should be... Great. It's like not supposed to be far from here, actually. Maybe up here? Well, I found him.
Speak quickly.
Still doesn't seem to have the quest. Maybe it's just bugged. The Grateful Dead. Let me, wow, hit it. Or maybe I've already done it and it's not repeatable. Hang on. Gnome, Grateful Dead. Yeah, no, it should be an Ironforge for the gnomes. Buy an orange marigold and then use it to see the quest NPC. Gotcha. Alright. Good tip. Buy an orange marigold and then use it. And then you can see your quest NPC. There he is. Cheerful gnome spirit. So I am a gnome, so I do have to see the gnome spirit. But it looks like they have, yeah, gnomes and dwarves are here. So you do need to go to your faction city, but you also need to buy a marigold and then use it. That was news to me. What does he want? He wants bread. I'll make him some bread.
What do you require?
Bread of the dead. Flour, ice cold milk. You don't happen to sell the flour, do you?
Victory for Sylvanas.
No.
If you find anything exotic,
There must be a cooking supplies vendor. Or just general supplies. Because I need... Bread of the dead. Track the recipe. Just simple flour and ice cold milk.
I've seen things that would scare you shellless.
I don't think these vendors have them, but kind of worth a look.
All prices here are reasonable.
No. Ooh, Drenic silk ropes. There's transmog on my
Be kind to those
Chandra's
less
Traveler
fortunate.
Mammoth. I didn't know. That's funny. Oh, you know what?
Have anything
You know what's
ancient
gonna be
to
faster?
trade? Needs to be at least 2 centuries old.
I literally just need one.
If you find anything exotic,
Not me borrowing the mailbox and other people's Brutosaurs. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna summon my Macabre Marionette. I'm going to use my candle, my pet-sized candle, to put it on his head. And then I'm going to bake my bread of the dead on him. Thank you, Julio. Ghostly cooking fire doesn't work. Okay. They must have their own actual cooking fire. I didn't realize that. Darn it, I thought my idea was so cute. Got my first hate whisper about buying the long boy. Oh man. People need healthy outlets for their emotions that are not that. that's not what we do. Anyway, I found the ghost of cooking fire. Make him some bread. And then we need to use another marigold to be able to see the NPC again, because the buff only lasts for like 30 seconds. But they're only 10 copper each.
Trust no one.
I think even the bowl might work, the cheaper one.
Salutations.
There we go. Grateful Dead. Made him some bread. That should at least get us the crests. Let's go back to Dornegal and pick those up. Silly thing, but makes me feel good thinking I'm helping others out. I once, with my original Brutosaur years and years ago in like Borealis, got a hate whisper about getting off of it. Like I had mounted up on it to buy or sell something, and I was on it for a while, and then I got off it and moved on to go do some world quests, and somebody was really upset because I guess they had been using it, and it moved, right? They were mad that I moved it. But like I had no idea. Also, not, you know, if you want an auctioneer that's for sure not going to move, maybe. I know Borealis was especially annoying because I think they didn't put auctioneers there. It wasn't until later that they caved and put them in the new capital cities. I don't think until Dragonflight. Yeah. Sounds like an issue, not an ish-me. I think a lot of people mounted on longboys or yaks that are running on them, though, aren't trying to troll people. They're just on their mountain going somewhere. I mean, I'm sure some of them are, but like you can't assume ill intent unless it's Flabby and he's RP walking in a circle, and then you can assume it pretty safely. I suppose you can assume ill intent wherever you want, but it's a great way to bum yourself out. Human crest or crest. Let's see these now that we've got them. Back pieces. So that one is Scourge. That one's Night Elf. I like the Night Elf one. If you want to troll people, you would eject the auctioneer. Also a thing that I'm pretty sure Flabby has done. There's the Orc Crest, and there's the Human Whip. Auctioneer's Umbrellas was engineer only. That's right. That's right. So I got the fill the bar thing, except that the bar's only halfway full because they've got another 500 tender. I don't think that's something I'm going to get done today, but I am sure that we will get it done over time this month. One more glob of wax wouldn't hurt us. I think I'm not going to buy anything. There's no pets or mounts aside from the one that I had frozen. I'm not getting the Sylvanas Mog. I'm going to save my tender. Especially because like it's enough tender to buy a mount. And I know there's no mount that I could get instead this month. But eventually there will be. And I would rather have a mount. So as lovely as these sets are, I like this one in particular. I don't think I'm going to get any of them. I think I'm good. I don't think I'm getting any of these things either. The closest thing would be the monk weapons for that staff. That would be 500 of my current 2600 tenders, and there will be more tender. But I'm really kind of in the mood to save it for... I mean, I guess I have a mount frozen that I could buy. But it's... I don't know. I want to save my trading post stuff for things that I feel like are really cool, like must-haves. Because it has happened in the past that they've had more stuff that I really wanted than I could possibly get. And that's always a big bummer because then, you know, you can only freeze one thing. So I want to sort of save up a bunch of tender to insulate myself against that possibility. Getting the Nelf Crest in game reminds me of when I was younger. I thought I would get the Nelf Crest tattooed on me. Luckily I didn't. It is very pretty though. Yeah, the pink monk staff is amazing.
What brings you here?
And there's more of them than there used to be, but there's still a limited amount of actual like pink transmogs. find things that I can dump flight stones into. There we go.
If needed, I will answer the call.
I'm very careful about doing this now.
It is a
The
world
one time that I
of
accidentally traded
wonders.
Crest down was a very
So many
sad
possibilities.
day. Nice.
Fair skies and strong winds.
There is much to be done.
I'm doing just the ones that take more flight stones, just to, or valor stones, just to get him out of my inventory, so that I can, for a longer period of time, just do world quests that give valor stones and not feel like I'm absolutely wasting it. Yeah, the add-on is called Dialogue UI, that is replacing my quest dialogue interface. I like it a lot. I don't know if I don't think I would go back. It's a good one. Nice kitty. Should text my partner and find out if he died. Oh.
A few survivors are still unaccounted for. Please gather them and return them
That's a
to
bit
safety.
sad. One of my, I don't know how I feel about that yet. Somebody that was a mentor to me when I was a teenager, passed away. That's a bit sad. They were, like really impressively elderly. They were elderly when they were mentoring me. So he lived a good long time at least, but. Huh. Yeah, it seems like a transmog month this month in the trading post. I didn't see any pets or mounts. Second I saw the Dark Ranger set, I bought it. Nice. Congratulations. Huh. Nice to think that I can get get some Valor Stones that I actually need. Not need, but like, at least they're not capped. Hi Hazel. Hi Scarlet. Glad to have you here. Hope things are going okay. I don't really remember this rare. Oh, he's a Violet Hold prisoner. He was from. I need to farm Violet Hold for Mog. That might actually be quite satisfying, being able to learn any piece and not having to get it to drop on the specific character that can use it. Things are going fine. I am here. I am alive and well enough, as can be expected. Volpera, why are you undead? It's Day of the Dead. I danced with Katrina. I was doing different things for trading post credit, and one of them was to go do a little bit of the Day of the Dead stuff, which is up right now. Oh wow, that's a lot. Day. Can we collect other classes tier sets for transmog now? Yeah. Not a good year. It really like pours when it rains, doesn't it? I don't know if I've ever had like difficult things in my life spread out politely over a reasonable amount of time. I'll just like have a couple of years where everything's looking good, and then everything kind of like crashes and burns all at once for a bit. Yeah, no, I didn't swap Inksy to an undead. I do want an undead alt. I do want to play an undead. Look at us rescuing plushies.
Every piece of Dalaran we preserve, no matter how small, is valuable. Thank you.
Everything's been really crashing and burning for me since 2020, really. I have an undead warrior dressed like a pirate. Fury. Nice one. Kitty's dreaming. Little dreaming pause. How is Kitty? She's having a good day.
In this season, the Unbound adorn their ramilets
I think
with
of the
flowers,
4 souls
symbolizing
living in this house,
harmony
myself, my partner
and
Moose,
their
and Kira.
gratitude for nature's
Kira
gift.
is the least distraught. I think she's actually the happiest one. She's just getting spoiled rotten and getting all the cuddles and love and, you know, like, I'm letting her drink out of my water cup and stuff, you know, things that I wouldn't let her get away with before. She can kind of have whatever she wants. And she's just trotting around happy as a clam. Everybody else is bummed out. Same for our kitty. Unless they don't have pie. That could be pretty terrible then. We cannot contemplate the pie deficiency. Who needs brain cells anyway? I don't even. I mean, I could use the resonance crystals. I was thinking it may or may not do me any good in terms of trading post credit. I don't even want to check, but I actually kind of want to go run Violet Hold.
Is one of my
It's a
favorite
Legion
Unbound
dollar on over here.
traditions.
I'm gonna see if I can get a picture to send to my partner. If there's enough light. It's not a great picture, but it gets the point across. Red Shamrock, thank you for the 28-month resub. Hi, Hazel and chat. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. 25 raid bosses won. Doesn't specify current raid. I want to do a dungeon, but I think it'll do something. Let's do dungeon difficulty mythic for a start. I think it might have been Zoldak that used to tell me that this one was just horrific to farm for Mog, which is factually correct. You're not wrong. And something about it made me go, you know what? I should start now. Normally when people tell me a farm is awful, I go, great, I'm never doing that. And then I don't. That's usually what happens. But for whatever reason... Yeah, Daily Locket on Heroic. Yeah. For whatever reason, when you told me that, my brain just took that as, I should begin this grind. I don't even like the mod. We have apparently 76% of it. For all armor types from this particular difficulty. Because, yeah, you're only going to get 2 bosses at any given time, so it might take a while to get the boss that you want. But at least now, anything that drops, I can learn it. I don't have to get it to drop on the right character. That's nice. Yeah. Dialogue UI is the name of the add-on that modifies the appearance of my quest window. Unique by boss, boss is random by day. Yeah. Having the extra step, though, taken out, where it has to drop for the right character, this helps a lot. It used to be that I would run the whole thing for a chance at, like, a cloak. I think Say Lauren had a... no cloak, actually. Maybe it dropped for me. I am doing Mythic Violet Hold. Don't see why not. Normal share appearances. But there's no harm in doing it on Mythic, at least this once. Farm this for funsies. It's one of those dungeons that you kind of have to wait for stuff to spawn. Which makes it also a little bit... It's just a different vibe of a grind. If you're used to being able to just auto-run through the place, it can be kind of boring just standing around waiting for stuff, but you get in the groove. Yeah, no harm at all. What about Heroic? Yeah, so you're right. 76% of, I mean, obviously you're right, but like 76% of Mythic and Normal collected, and then 53%, half of Heroic. We who have Longbow should get a discount.
Even with magical wards in place, I can still smell the reek of this wretched abomination.
Oh,
Do the
Eobomb.
Wayfather and dispose
Fester
of it,
Face?
will you?
Is it Festerface? It's Festerface. He could give me a leather belt or leather shoulders. Hey, buddy. You feel like dropping belt or shoulders? He's got 8 items on his loot table, and he's going to drop me 2 of them. He dropped me the shoulders. Nice! New transmog. Well done. Also, a tiny oozling in a jar. Fester. Oh my god. In my vegetarian food era. That's a good era. There is some yummy vegetarian food. I am in my really loving my Indian food. I don't cook it very well. I can make a couple of curries and they're nice, but if I'm getting takeout, Indian is like my favorite thing to get. Yum, 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 yum. Practice makes perfect, also experimentation. Most of my favorite things are too fiddly for me to actually want to make myself. The only thing that I'm actually like motivated to make myself is like rice and curry. And that's good, don't get me wrong. I eat that for dinner once or twice a week, but if I'm getting takeout, I want rice and curry, and I also want samosas, and sometimes we get pakoras, and then I'll get like some naan bread, and sometimes I'll get a lassi. Especially if we've like been fishing or hiking and we're starving. Do you think Indian food is helping with yoga? Eating mindfully is good for yoga. It's usually a little easier to do yoga practice if you haven't eaten any like super heavy or like greasy or tough to digest meals. And I find that for me, Indian food's very easy to digest. And as long as I don't eat like 10 pounds of it, like I want to, not that heavy for me. But yeah, I don't think it's necessary. It's just a coincidence. Sag paneer for me. Realized how much spinach is required. I made a palak paneer at home once just because I bought some paneer and a ton of spinach, and it was actually pretty easy. But yeah, it takes like a whole box of spinach to make it once. It's just nice eating some things that were vegetarian to begin with, and that weren't like, well, this is the recipe for my grandma's turkey and I modified it to make it out of a lentil. And it's like, that's probably also nice, but like, sometimes foods that are pretending to be meat or feel like they're making up for not having meat in them are not always as good, and things that were just kind of meatless to begin with can sometimes be more satisfying. Just for me, just something I've noticed. I didn't get any mod from that. I had that already. But I actually need a lot of stuff from... Sailorn is the last boss, or one of the 2 last boss options, and I need a bunch of stuff from her. Today is a moon day, so I don't do any yoga today. And I actually miss it a little bit. I thought I was going to be quite sore, because I went fairly hard yesterday. But maybe not. Must not have. Feel pretty good. A little tired. A little sad. Is it? Maybe that's why I still feel terrible. Yeah, I'm blaming the moon today. Itching to do some Mount Log runs? This might have convinced me. Oh, it's a great time to do it. The only reason that I shouldn't be doing this is just because there's so many other limited time things I still need. I need another 65 tricky treats to get my last thing off the Halozen vendor. But we've got some time. Plus, it's only Friday today. We've got 2 more streams before the week's even over. And then there's a whole nother week of Halozen, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, there is. Skip the gym. Try not to feel super guilty about it. It is not going well. Some days, it's just not happening. Who's it gonna be? Good cycle. Find a great spot though. Oh, nice. Oh man, it's Bertrug. I don't need him. Bedrug. Oh, I did need him. I got Mog. I don't know why I thought I didn't need him. Didn't show up on my list, but I pink text learned 2 different things. Maybe it was just item IDs? I don't know. Neat. Well, now should I do it on Heroic? Because that's a daily lockout. And that didn't take all that long. Day at a time. Wish I knew how to take my own advice. No one's gonna take all the best advice 100% of the time. Or if there is somebody like that, I haven't met them and I don't like them. How dare you be so wise, you know? I don't know why I reset them. It doesn't really matter. We're gonna change it to Heroic. Got the final weapon for the Argus invasion points for my Druid. Wow. 100% of Legion Mogs for Druid. Something that I do sometimes is I think back to different parts of my life where I wasn't doing as much or as well. And I remember that as being kind of like a bar of like when if I got up and I like went outside for like a 15-minute walk, that was like really hard for me. Like I would take a shower and I'd be like, wow, that was tough. I'm done for the day. And I think back to that time. And then whenever I feel like I'm having a bad day where I'm like not something enough or just not doesn't feel good or I'm not doing very well, I compare it to those days and I go, well, by that standard, you're doing amazing. And I always kind of keep that standard in my mind because even on my worst day where I could barely take a shower, I still, it wasn't like, it's not like that's like a rock bottom that like no one must ever do. Sometimes days like that happen and you go through times in your life like that. I was still like, you know, human and valid and worthy of love and all those things. And if I was on those days, then I must still be now. And also on every day because those are kind of like defaults, but yeah. Try to do that too. You've got fuzzy little kitty cat feet. I like your toe beans and your little bunny feet. She's got little bunny kickers. One day I will know that this information also applies to me and not everyone else but me. Yeah, I know that one. It's so hard to take your own advice or to give yourself the grace that you give to everybody else. It's so hard. It doesn't seem like it should be that hard. Even if intellectually you know all about how you're going to be better equipped to help other people if you take care of yourself and how important it is to like love and accept and feel safe with yourself and all of these things. Even if you know that deeply, it is still hard, which is so unfair. I feel like at one point I should have just grown a self-esteem and then had it been perfect and infallible forever. And I'm pretty upset that it didn't work like that. Brains are the worst.
I was just enjoying a relaxing vacation on the beach when a
Relaxing vacation on the beach? Oh, it's Millhouse and Millicent. I love them.
Just what are you up to, I wonder?
Chilling sense of dread washed over me.
Wait, I recognize that voice.
Oh no. I need lots of stuff from here.
What have you done?
5 of 8
Back
items.
in the cell.
Millhouse.
Now, make listen, Millie. I can explain.
Don't Millie me, Millhouse Jeramis Manastorm.
Oh, she used his middle name.
Coming for you.
That's not even my middle name.
That's not.
Thanks a lot. You have no idea what you unleashed upon the world
Yay.
today.
Oh man. I got a helm. I got one of the things I already had, and then I got an artifact relic, which is for nothing. Nobody needs it. Yeah, well. Oh dang, it's MDI.
On a completely unrelated note, I have to go take care of something.
Alright. I wonder who the next boss gonna be. I want... Actually, I need lots of stuff from the last two, so it doesn't really matter which one they pick for that. Maybe Fester Face? Are there any weapons in here, actually? I can use a weapon. Weapons are fun. Do I have all the weapons? They didn't drop weapons. It's Legion. Wait. We had artifact weapons. I literally just complained about an artifact relic. Yeah, no weapons in Legion. Yep. Took me a moment to load into the brain. However, perfect opportunity to say something which I almost never say, which is doi. There are a couple. For the invasion points in Argus. Alright, well, what about shoulders? Any shoulders? Any cool shoulders? I guess it's not so much about the appearances looking really great in here. It's mainly about them just existing. It's just about the number, I suppose. Finally got the anniversary mount. Why does it make Minecraft skeleton noises? Huh? Don't get a lot of doi these days. It sounds like a Seinfeld line. Actually, I think it is a Seinfeld line. I was a young person. Chandler? Was it Chandler? I was a young person during the era of duh.
Crypt lords do not take defeat well. Being locked in this prison
Nothing like
would have made
good
this
old-fashioned
angry.
teenage dismissive insolence.
Very angry.
There's Homer's dough, too. Wonder if young people know Seinfeld, if that came back around. Some of them must, but having tried to rewatch it recently, I have a feeling that some of the younger generation may not be that entertained. It does not hold up all that well by modern standards, especially because nobody on Seinfeld was like pretending to be a good person making good choices. It wasn't a show about good people making good choices. That was part of what was funny about it. But the characters will do things that by modern standards you just don't even say or do, and like the most they would get would be like a stink eye from somebody. Yeah. I lived through the era of not jokes. Don't know what everyone was thinking. Ah, yes. The precursor to the classic. Psych. What show are you talking about? Seinfeld. And back. Alright, time for another boss? Soon. Oh, we're working up to the last boss here, actually. I killed Anubiset and I got some bracers that I needed transmog for. I did not notice. I was too busy talking. Yeah, we got you. Whoa. My windows all went everywhere. Windows key going pretty hard. Alright, St. Lawrence got lots of stuff for me.
What? Why would you do this?
Why would you do this? Nice. I needed both of those. Got some gloves, got some legs. Both things that I would not have been able to learn had we been in the old version of the system. Do you still want reminders from Mountoffs? Yeah. Let's go do one more before the stream ends. I like doing one at the end. Let's Stormwind Cloak out of here, I think. Oh no, it's on cooldown. And I only carry around one because I'm like that. We'll just walk out and port. We can make it. We can make it. I am an alliance. I don't look like an alliance, but I am an alliance. I have to try so hard to fly through the right portal, especially now that I have ults of both Horde and Alliance and Dalaran. I get kicked out of the wrong area so often. 1 minute, let's go! They should give me 100 Bronze Celebration tokens for winning the Mount off every time. Just for me. Thank you. That won't make people mad. They can do it in secret. They don't have to tell anybody. They can just like slip them to me in my mail. I'll open it off stream. It'll be fine. Alright, which 15 is she pulling out today? There's a handful of people here. Yeah, me specifically. I guess other winners. I can't believe there was a transmog that I needed to buy just off the vendor on my Tundra Mammoth. That's so funny.
Settle up and put your
Saddle up.
menagerie to the test in Mount Mania!
Check vendor on Tundra. It was Duranic robes. They're probably not the only place to buy them.
Get ready for a Mount Mania. Quickly
Chromie
summon the
Codex gives
same
alts
Mount
champion
as me
gear?
to earn points.
That's kind of nice.
Up next,
Oh,
we
Delver's
have
dirigible. Oh, trading post credit. Nice. Match 1 mount. Can I match more for credit? That would be nice. Caps at 10. Oh, okay.
Up next, we
I bet we can get 10.
have
This is the dragon riding one that they added. Dragonflight. Because I think the last bit of my trading post bar is going to take the month. I just need to make sure I play enough.
Up
Sometimes I don't get to it.
next,
Oh, there we go.
have
There's an old-fashioned Netherwing Drake. What a theme. These are so pretty. They had such shark faces.
Get
I wonder if
ready
we'll get
for
all
the
10 in the
next
same one.
mount.
Ooh, I wonder how many people are going to have this. This was expensive. This is a 500,000 gold mount. It's so cool, though. It's so much more unique than the Pale-Eyed Direhorn. Oh, there's one over there.
Get ready for the next mount.
It's over 600k. But there's a rep discount. There's a rep discount if you get exalted with the faction, and you have to be exalted to buy it. So I think it comes in pretty close to 500. See you later, kitty cat.
Get ready for the next mount.
Oh, I don't have that. That's the Celia Gear Glider. Aww. Trust me, I've been petting the kitty. This is the mount I ride
Up
everywhere.
Next,
Oh, time
we
lost.
have
That one is very stream privilege. I camped it for years, never found it, and then someone basically just said, "Hey, Hazel, I have a spawn," and I joined the group and I got it. I don't know if I've gotten a perfect score
Get
yet. I
ready
don't
for the
remember.
next mount.
Molten Front Offensive. If you don't remember, you probably didn't. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. I have somewhere in the neighborhood of 900 mounts.
We have
942. There's somebody named Donna here who has a lot of mounts. It's a nice name.
Next, we have
Oh, Mossworn. Flawless Master Layer 12 Torghast. Yeah, she usually gets in at least one mount that I didn't even play when it was available, kind of thing. And also some of the trading post mounts I just don't have. I didn't buy all of them.
Up next, we have
Yeah, Plumber's good for this too. Mount Journal Enhanced is switching the page for me. I have it synced with my target, so I'm just pressing the mount and dismount button. Or just the mount button, really. But it does mean I'm keeping the journal open.
Get ready
Oh,
for the
Hearthstone.
next mount.
I wonder if they like classified mounts into different levels of rarity. And they like mix in different amounts of them, or if it's just totally random. Mount Journal Enhanced is this add-on.
Get ready for the next mount.
Verdant Armorine, Keystone Master, Dragonflight Keystone Master. That's the first time I think I've seen a KSM mount. Would it matter either way? I think this person might beat me.
Up next, we have
Might be my second loss. Which is fine. We got our trading post credit. It's just if she randomly picked 15 like super common mounts,
up
you might get like,
we
oh, a black
have
proto. I don't have that. That's the last one. Yeah, you might end up with situations where like 20 people win, and I don't think it would be a problem, but I just haven't really seen that happen. Someone gets on the black proto, they deserve it.
See who
Oh,
won.
I got a winner thing, and so did I think a couple people. Inksy, Bjorgus. Cool. Streak continues.
Come back
And that was with
for
2
another
missing.
round
We
of
did 13.
Mount Mania.
Cool. How do we do on trading post credit today? Getting there. What kind of things am I likely to do? I've already done my... I mean, I guess I have the whole month, but I'm kind of done raiding, so I'm not likely to keep raiding, really. Oh, leveling, maybe. Dungeon bosses. Reputation's not going to give me that much. Wax globs. Participate 4 times in an anniversary story. Listen to a story. Maybe we'll just do a story. There's a lot of like just little teeny tiny bits. Mythic Plus, actually. That would give me quite a few points. 200 for 5 Mythic Plus. Nerubian Device. Is that a quest I have? I don't know. What is Nerubian Device? Why is it worth so many points? Darkmoon Fair. Test your strength. Wonder if there's more rare than common mounts in the game. I guess I don't know, actually. Hello, how goes things? Hello, we're doing all right. Oh, one of the things that you get in the fields. Weird. Yeah, questing would be good. Anything else for Pilgrims? Oh, Pilgrim's Bounty hasn't started yet. We could go Urban Northrend, actually. And Outland. But that's once the event starts. It's right now it would be Kalimdor Eastern Kingdoms. Gather herbs or skin or fish. 50 herbs or skins or fish gathered. So I can just go get a bunch of Peace Bloom, actually. Yeah. Let's do that. Let's get on just for a few minutes. See if we can get that done. Because it's technically classic time walking, so we can do gathering on my double gathering character. I already have the Peanut Gallery achievement, so I don't like really need the story. So let's get on him, and we'll just send him off into the world. For the drop pet, you should have a page called your Twitch Drops Inventory that you can access by clicking on your profile image on the top right-hand side of your Twitch page, and then Drops Inventory or something related to drops should be in the drop-down menu somewhere. So we are herbs. Oh, he actually doesn't have mining. Right, he has inscription, so he just has herbs. I thought he had double gathering for some reason. He does not. There's the buff. Oh yeah, you want to see it? I got this recently. I actually remembered to put on a stream. Saiyan Scarab. That's our Twitch drop pet. I'll make sure we're tracking herbs. I used to love herbing in these zones. I made an undead rogue. This was during like Wrath. It was one of the first things I ever did. I was like, I'm gonna gather to make gold. I'm gonna make a gold making alt. I hadn't really thought everything through yet. I thought I'm gonna make a gold making alt, and I'm going to gather myself some low level stuff to make gold with. I thought I'm gonna play a rogue so I can sneak around all of the trash that might be guarding the stuff. And that's going to be like a super cool... I don't even think you could level with gathering yet back then. I don't even know if it gave experience. I just thought I had cracked the code. I thought I was like really onto something. Yeah, it looks like the bonus vigor you get for gathering. I don't know if it applies to low level gathering. I know it works in Khazlagar. And probably Dragonflight. I don't know if it actually... maybe. Maybe he's getting one back. That Silverleaf is wet. Were you onto something? I made some gold. I don't know if it was... Later on, like, I hadn't even finished leveling to 80 yet. So I think I later made more gold by just doing daily quests. Like, by doing Argent Tournament daily quests at level 80 when I finally got leveled all the way up. And then I was like, well, I probably shouldn't have been messing around with all these herbs and stuff. But, like, it was fun for me, and I think that's the important thing. Yeah, I don't remember when they added experience onto herb gathering or if they always had it. But I don't think they did. I know Double Agent started in, like, Pandaria, because that was when they added Pandaren. Or maybe they did always have it, and I'm just misremembering. So we are 19 of 50 right now for gathering old herbs. We are getting like 3 per, which is kind of nice. I remember I used to go to Silverpine Forest specifically to look for Briarthorn, because Briarthorn was really valuable. I think it still is not bad. He's also getting actual experience for this. Maybe not a ton, but... These are worth a couple gold each, actually, maybe. They were 3 gold at auction.
Hi, sweetie pie.
You can, I'm gonna get up in a minute or two here, Kitty. I just want to finish. Well, actually, I suppose I can do this anytime. Gold for the OG Bruto was a combination of things, but a big part of it... Oh no, I'm just about to turn this off. A big part of it was flipping epics on the auction house. I would flip epics. I would buy BOE raid drop epics. I would snipe them and I would flip them for more gold whenever I could. Oh boy, commence bombardment. Welcome everybody. I hope you had a wonderful, lovely stream. I unfortunately do hate to say I am literally leaving. I am done for the day. But I appreciate the thought very much. I will be back tomorrow morning and also on Sunday morning. I always stream kind of 9 to noon Pacific time, Wednesdays through Sundays. So I'm going to stick to that schedule. We appreciate you. And I'm just going to wrap it up right here. Go spend some time with the kitty. Thank you all so much for joining. Appreciate the company, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye.